sports, it's a big day. Tunasema ni ile siku imeshafika. Arsenal playing against PSG. Headlines, the sports of the day. Na alafu we're having a lot to talk about here. TV47 Sports Extravaganza. My name is Dan Kamtua. Tutakuwa tunaongelea kuhusu baseball, tutakuwa tunaongelea kuhusu Kenya national deaf team, because we're having the likes of Hassan Hussein, who is the head coach of Kenya deaf national team. Apart from that, we're having our national under 17 team, that is Junior Starlets, playing against Uganda. A draw, or rather a barren draw at halftime, and as it stands, they will be proceeding to the next round unless Uganda wafanye ile kitu second half. Which itafanyika. And then tomorrow Gor Mahia wanangoja kuwa the champions of the 2026-2025 Kenya Premier League. And apart from that pia tutakuwa naangalia mengine mengi. The headliner, I told you guys, Arsenal playing against PSG. It's a big one, sababu Arsenal wanasema leo ni ile siku lazima tupige mtu, na tukipiga mtu tunapiga sherehe hadi Monday, sababu wanasema Monday pia ni holiday, so tunaendeleza sherehe. Anyway guys, keep the conversation going on TV47 Sports Extravaganza. My name is Dan Kamtua. On our social media platform at TV47 Kenya on Facebook, tuko live at TV47X on Facebook and X, pia on TV47 Kenya pale YouTube, tuko live pale pia. Tuma your SMS comments, tutakuwa na namba ya WhatsApp pale tuweze kuongea na wewe. Lakini moja tu moja tutakuwa naingia in the conversation tuone what is happening in the deaf national team, because we having the head coach Hussein Hassan yuko ndani. Karibu to TV47 Sports Extravaganza. Hali vipi lakini?
Alhamdulillah. Shukran sana Duncan. I'm happy to be here today. Niliambiwa nikuje nitokezee niseme sana na nyinyi kuhusu the team ya Deaf under 23.
Na umesema leo umeamua upige red.
Nimesema in solidarity. Arsenal bwana ni watu wetu wa London. Waje kikombe kuje London.
Ukaamua upige red. Mimi sijapiga red juu ya Arsenal. Siwezi jaribu juu ya Arsenal.
Inakubalika.
Coach, tuna prepare nini? Ni kipi kinaendelea in the national team? Tuna prepare kuhusu nini? Hebu tueleze.
National team ya Deaf tumetoka championship ya youth. Imefanyika Serbia pale Zlatibor. Serbia ni the former Yugoslavia. Iko Central Europe. So tumetoka championship under 23, ilikuwa the inaugural one. It is the first ever edition. The first edition ilikuwa consist of 10 teams. We had only 2 teams from Africa. That is Kenya being one of them, and our counterparts Liberia. The rest ilikuwa ni timu ya wazungu. So imekuwa experience poa, imekuwa encounter fiti. At least vijana wetu wa mtaa wameenda wakacheza na wazungu, tumejua ni nini hao wazungu wanafanyaga.
Level ya competition pale in the world stage iko aje?
Iko juu, hatujafika hapo level, but sasa tunaingia. So tulienda huko tukatest the waters, tumejua ni nini tuna lack kidogo, ni nini hao wazungu wanatulemea nayo. Then sasa tunarudi drawing board, sasa tuchipange. Championship itakuwa inafanyika after every 2 years. After every 2 years inakuwa inafanyika. So the first host ilikuwa ni Serbia, and then now German wamebid the next. That will happen in 2028. That is 2 years from now. Good enough, we qualified. And we were ranked in the 6th position. And of course, the best in Africa. You saw the results. For the people who are following up the results, you saw the results. We humiliated the host 13-0 in our opener match. Despite kulikuwa na mambo mingi, we had a lot of issues, hatuku settle. Preparation was not all that good, and even traveling, so kulikuwa na shida kubwa. Despite all that, vijana walikuwa focused na tulikuwa heads up, and we managed to showcase at that international level.
Kapiga mtu 13.
Kapiga mtu 13.
Coach, kila mtu anataka kujua when you guys are doing the selection.
Yeah.
Because I understand you guys don't make that noise of announcing that the national dev team to make a selection of these numbers, number of players ndio tutakuwa tumeselect, ndio watakuwa naingia kambi. Process yenu kwa gani when you are selecting, and do you guys mnaweka trials, or what criteria do you guys use?
Sisi def tunafanya kitu inaitwa silent noise. Si the noise hakuna. Tuna advertise, inaanziwa na the federation. First and foremost, I want to clarify that def iko na federation yake. Inaitwa DFFK. So as vile tunakuwa na FKF, no tuko na federation ina run affairs def, inaitwa DFFK. Deaf Football Federation Kenya. Normally, whenever there is an event that is a national or international event, tunafanya trials. Na tunafanya a national trials, whereby inaannouncewa across the country. Inaannouncewa event ni tarehe ngapi, venue nini, kama tu trials ile ya kawaida. Then tuna assemble in one venue, maybe for a day or two we do selection. Then number inakuwa poa, inakuja number fiti. Kama vile tulifanya hii selection ya under 23, we had 48 attendees. We did selection day 1, and we managed to raise 28. We had to redo the same on day 2, and we had to downsize the number to 18. That was required by the MOS, that is the Ministry of Sports. That was the number we had been given.
All right, do you guys have a league?
Kuna leagues running. Sana sana ya wasichana bado ijashika poa, but kuna leagues running ya men's team, even though ija sound kwa counties mingi, but mostly hapa Nairobi iko we have a league of around 11-12 teams. Nakuru also we have 2 or 3 teams, but ija manage ku raise ikue league. But now when it comes to national selection ama national competition, yearly we do what we call a national championship. Each and every county ina provide ama ina produce one team, inakuja ku compete against the rest, and then mpaka tupate champion wa hiyo national. So that's what we do things in a deaf football.
Na coach, umeniambia preparation yenu mkielekea kuja Serbia, the way you guys mlitua, the way you traveled, haikuwa rahisi ili maybe some of the challenges nyinyi mlipitia, and if you guys did you communicate with the ministry na pia wale stakeholders ambao wanafaa wafadhili?
Yeah, tulifikisha our feedback. First and foremost, ile kitu ilitusumbua sana set dates ya traveling, ya fixtures ilikuwa in place, and then we were to travel on a Friday, and then our fixture was starting on a Monday. That was on 8th, and then fixture ilikuwa 11th. Kufika Thursday in the evening, our visas were not yet authorized, so we had that problem na ilitu affect kidogo. And then also ikakuwa sasa imeenda hiyo the whole of weekend, ikakuwa offices embassy asifanyi over the weekend, so we had to wait mpaka Monday. You see, other teams wali report kitambo, wali report like 3 or 4 days ago. Sasa sisi tunaenda, we had to travel on Tuesday. Now on Monday now siko ready, and then we had to communicate now to assemble to travel. Now we travel on Tuesday night. Now also on traveling, there was also another very big problem. To travel not as a team, tulienda different flights. Moja ilikuwa inaenda na Lufthansa, ingine KLM, ingine KLM, but yenye inapitia France. So day 1 si tulifika, tumeland, team moja ile ilipitia France, na ilikuwa na 7 players, na of the 7 players wote walikuwa first 11. So already kwanza hapo unaniambia niko na less na 7 players. And then kuongea na organizers pale wakasema no Kenya hatuwezi tena songesha fixture zenyu. Fixture yetu by the ili keep on ikichangiwa from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, unaona. So hiyo ya Thursday akasema no we cannot. And then you can imagine tunaenda kuona match and then kuna hiyo fatigue, kuna hiyo jet lag. Then sasa nikiangalia team niko nao, wachezaji tulifika nao mbele ni wenye nilikuwa nao kwa flight yangu. We were only 11.
Kama timu mbili.
Tulifika kama timu 3 sasa.
Kuna timu iliingia mazoezi mbele, kuna timu iliingia kambi.
Of course kuna sisi waje hata kambi, kuna tulicheza game ya kwanza kama timu nyingine bado imebaki France. So listen now, ile timu ilibaki France, ile Paris. Hiyo team ikuweza kutravel hiyo night, tukaambiwa tena flight imekosekana. Hii team sasa itabukiwa flight ya kesho. Unasikia sasa drama. Sasa kwanza nikanitoa timing, nikasema na ndio sasa the first team tunaenda kuface. Fixture ya kwanza ni host. Unajua kuface host iko rahisi, inakuwa challenging kidogo, alafu inaleta kidogo woga but sasa always as a coach nafaa kuwa na plan B na unapea moral vijana, unaambia vile tuko tunaweza. So I used my team B. Ilikuwa ya kufanya tu karabati. Ukiona kwa hii team nilikuwa na the 3 goalkeepers wako kwa hii team, but now walicheza sasa kama in players. And it was amazing. Nikamwambia we are going to beat this team. It was so surprising. At the first half nimeshafunga mtu 5-0. Pressure iliisha. Nikamwambia sasa unaona tunaweza. Hii team kwanza watakula 20. And that is the host.
And of course I can see on our social media platform people asking us tulikuwa tuonyeshe game ya Junior Starlets versus Uganda, game yenye inaendelea at Nyayo Stadium. And due to unavoidable circumstances game yenyewe tutaonyesha. We apologize for that. We apologize for any inconvenience yenye tumeweza kucause. Ni technical issues but tutasolve mambo hata. So unajua this is the home of sports. This is where you watch every local or rather the national team play. Here TV47. We apologize for any inconvenience zenye zimekuwa caused for not airing that game. But here at Sports Extravaganza, we're going to give you an update of what is happening at the Nyayo Stadium. Currently at halftime 0-0 the national currently at the 47th minute, Junior Starlets 0 and Uganda 0. Remember, in the first leg, Junior Starlets registered a 1-1 draw against Uganda in a away match. So, as it stands in a 1-1 draw, it means Junior Starlets will be proceeding. Game ikisha 0-0, Junior Starlets will be proceeding to meet the winner between Tanzania and South Africa. So, we apologize for not airing the match. Coach, tukirudi nimeona some guys are asking game so I had to clarify it. Lakini tume apologize for that. Remember pia sisi tunaweka viewer kwa roho zetu. Wewe tuko hapa juu yako. Coach, tukizidi kuangalia kuhusu dev team, mipango ni ipi now that you guys have done mmeweza kukamilisha what happened in Serbia? Now plans ni zipi?
We have a lot of plans. Tuko na championship ingine ya also this inaugural ya African competition championship. Hiyo ni inaitwa DAFCON. Kama ile unaona kama ile AFCON inakuanga kama yenye inakuja Kenya sasa next year next year July, sio? So pia kuna ya DEF itafanyika in 2 months or 3 months time. Hiyo sasa ni aina age category, ni open.
Best players.
Ni open, ni senior team hiyo. Sasa hiyo we have our senior team. Hao walikuwa ma junior team under 23 years. So we have now the senior team who are supposed to go and compete in that African championship. It is the first one ever. Ndio inaenda pia kufanyika Africa. It will be hosted by the 2 countries have bidden ni we have Gabon and GOtv. So inaenda kufanyika either of the 2. So we are preparing for that. Our preparation now, we are focusing, we want to prepare well. We have tested something from the experience in the global level. Tukaona sisi kama Kenya tunaweza. We can become the champions of Africa. In this African championship now, we are focusing very well. We want to use the just concluded championship tulete sasa tufanye some few corrections here and there and we'll be good to go.
And coach, I understand every team wants to be a world champion or rather Africa champion.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what matters ni results.
Naam.
You as a coach mwenye umekuwa na kile kikosi cha under 23, una feel ni wapi, ni kipi tunafaa to adjust, or rather your team inafaa adjust the federation, your team. At the end of the day, we create a champion winning team.
Yes. Now Bonnie, you see, football, to come up with a formidable team, a lot of aspects are involved. First and foremost, kwanza deaf federation, it needs a lot of support. That is the moral support, the financial support, and the material support. You see, for example, after tukishamaliza kufanya selection, we have to do a residential camp, of which I'm sorry to say so, it did not take place in the under 23. Hatukufanya residential camp. You see, nilikwambia tulikuwa na ma issues na shida. Despite the performance, nikikuelezea saizi ile shida tulipitia zote mpaka tufike hapo, utatuonea huruma. So hiyo huruma yenye unataka kutuonea saizi utuonee sasa imetushapita. Sasa unataka utuonee kwa hii coming championship. Coming championship mimi na appeal to corporates, well wishers, if kama tunaweza saidia deaf football hii yetu ya Kenya, believe you me, kwa nini tusikuja na kikombe ya Afrika? We can be the champions. Tuliona kuna potential, we have a lot of potential. You see, at that international stage, kuna a lot of requirements yenye sisi kwanza hatukumit. Unaona tukienda hiyo championship, even the kitting ilikuwa noma sana. Unapata in deaf wanataka kama
Mulianza kujipanga lini? Because some teams tunaona wanajipanga 1 month or 3 months to the championship, lakini at the end of the day inakuwa ni ngumu. I understand now that you guys know that kuna AFCON inakuja.
Yes.
Ya deaf teams.
Yes.
Mshaanza kujipanga ndio avoid this issue of kitting, this issue of traveling, ama mnangoja the last minute?
Atungoje the last minute, hata yengine hatukufanya the last minute. You see, the problem is kutegemea the government. You see, if you believe that ushapeana proposal kwa government, wamewapea go ahead, fanyeni selection. Actually, this is what normally happens. Unaona kama deaf, nimekuambia the federation ya deaf, haina kitu, haina chochote kwa account, haina pesa yote, haina any finance, haina any funding. So tukaweza pata saizi tuambie sasa kuna mdhamini amesema anataka sasa kushughulikia mambo ya local arrangements ya deaf, hii championship inakuja. Si naweza anza kesho kufanya selection. Sure. Yeah, and then we do the local camp. Tunaweza hata anza na residential and then ikiculminate tufanye sasa residential maybe 14 days. And then also ukiona upande ya materials, even facilities itself, training facility ilikuwa problem. We had to look around tukupata uwanja. We were training at Highway Secondary. Kwanza ningependa sana kushukuru Mr. Irongo, the head teacher or the principal Highway. Alitusaidia sana. Tulitumia kila kitu ya Highway. Yani tulienda tu, ni mwili tu tulipeleka tu, tukaingia Highway, tukapewa uwanja, tukapewa materials, tukapewa equipments. So it was amazing. Tunashukuru sana. Naweza sema performance yenye tulifanya huko naweza pea hata 80%. I dedicate to Mr. Irongo, the principal Highway Secondary.
All right, yes. It's a conversation that you are having here at TV47 Sports Extravaganza, engaging with the deaf football national team. Hassan Hussein, head coach of the deaf football national team. Hassan Hussein anatuambia shughuli kule Serbia wakapiga, lakini pia walipiga mtu na 13-0. At the end of the day, they finished 6th in the championship. Naona comments zinazidi kuingia. Kadi someone ashasema leo kuna kulala, Arsenal anapiga mtu, na wakipiga mtu halali until Sunday, ama wanasema Monday. They are saying Monday ni holiday, so hatulali. But guys, keep the conversation going on hapa TV47. If kama uko na question kuhusu deaf team, or rather deaf football, the coach is here. Unatuma ujumbe pale, unatuuliza na pia tunamuuliza pia. Coach, tukiendelea tu. Deaf football on the women's side.
On the women's side.
Yeah.
Deaf football on the women's side, wameenda pia one biggest in the world, walienda Brazil 2022, and then performance ikuwa
Deaf Olympics.
Yeah, Deaf Olympics. Yeah, and then performance ikuwa appealing sana, so they had to go to Japan on Tokyo when last year. Yeah, but now the government wakasema hapana, due to budgetary constraints kidogo hapa kule, ikakuwa slashed. The number of teams zilipunguzwa za government, wakasema wanapea kwanza first priority ama upper hand zile teams ina perform, zinaleta results kama athletics. Of course hao wanaleta medali sana.
And do you feel that was fair? Because you guys had a slot in the championship.
Yes, of course we were saizi so far Kenyan ladies team for the deaf at the African champions. Hakuna team ingine Africa. Hiyo time before we go Uganda walikuwa wamesema they will raise a team, tukasema sawa, no problem, they raise a team, we go to compete in the field of play, mwenye atashinda represent Africa. The long run waka withdraw. Personally kama coach mimi was not happy. Ilikuwa so demoralizing. That's not the way to go. You cannot deny a team to go and showcase in a championship or in a competition basing on the last performance. It cannot. Like for example, huwa anasema mtoto wangu, niko na watoto wawili ama watatu, sio? Shuleni mmoja ameperform vizuri, mwingine ameanguka. So next time shule ikifunguliwa, siwezi sema huyu as a junior, huyu yako perform vizuri, sasa atakaa home, sitalipa fee. That is, nitakuwa nimefail the responsibility of a parent. So by doing so, nili feel it was not on sportsmanship ground. Iko kwa poa kabisa, ili demoralize our wasichana. And then nakumbuka I had really formed a very formidable team. Nilikuwa na team poa sana, so and then ilienda tu mara moja. So ingekuwa wanapewa wanasema hii team umepewa chances mara kama 3, mna perform vibaya. Now nikasema anyway nisi lose up. So when I came to the boys team now, nikasema wacha niende nioshe hii dambi yenye hii ilifanyika. Now because the results now walikuwa wanaambia wasichana wenyewe walipigwa 13-0 9-0 nini, so sisi ndio tumeenda kufunga wazungu hizo 13-0 9-0. So now at least I believe tumeosha hiyo uchafu, sasa hizi tumeiondoa. Now I'm also appealing to the ministry that now watufungulie njia. Waseme now kumbe we can perform. Unajua makosa hufanyika and all days si same. Leo unaweza kuwa uko juu, kesho uko chini, and that is football anyway. There was a time Harambee Stars ilienda ikapikwa 8-0 na Senegal. Sasa does that mean now team yetu ya national team ifai kwenda kwa sababu ilipikwa 8-0? Haifai kwenda competition ama friendly match?
Kuna ligi ya madem?
Madem hawana ligi.
Kuna mipango za kukuja na mnafanya nini? Tumekaa sana hatuna ligi.
What normally happens, every county inafaa kukuwa na ligi yake, na ligi yake, but sasa ni unaona deaf the number, you cannot form a team with less than maybe 10 or 7 players. So at least tunafaa kukuwa at least team ikuwe na 15 or 12 or 13, but you see numbers ndio kidogo iwezi. But when it comes to national championship, at least every county inaweza manage ku raise. Ukipata county zile majirani kama Kericho, Bomet na Kisii wanaweza combine wa form a team wakuje kama South Rift, unaona kitu kama hiyo, ama South Rift ama utseme maybe Rift Valley tuna divide mara 3, North and then kuna South na kuna upande ya juu hapa Rift. So each inaweza leta team moja ikuje national championship. So what I can tell you now, maybe ile kitu tu ina exist saizi kwa structures ni hizo championship za national which ina happen every year. Yeah.
Coach, tukimalizia to expect nini kwa the whole thing? You are part of the stakeholders.
Yes.
You are a coach and I understand you have other roles kwa federation pia.
Yeah.
To expect nini kutoka kwenu? The government already wako na doubts that team na ili perform maybe na hivi. But then again you have to turn hizo doubts ndio mweze kuambiwa mget ile support mnahitaji. Sasa ni kipi mnafanya? To expect nini kutoka kwenu?
So far mi nimekuambia kwanza niko na reason ya kusmile na niko na reason ya knock into those of those department ya sports kwa sababu ilikuwa about the results yenye ilikuwa mbaya. What about this? Hata wewe ulisikiaje vile uliona timu yetu ya Kenya pale inapiga na about 13. Tunafunga mzungu, si eti ni Mkenya mwenzetu ama Mwafrika mwenzetu. Tunafunga mzungu 13-0. It was not expectation to many and we did so. Now tukipata support ya government watuambie si tunapea full support. Now sisi pia from the grassroots level tunataka sasa kufanya the best. Tunataka kufanya tuone we have something running and then tunataka ku approach corporates tuambie tusaidie locally, we form our leagues, at least leagues zetu zikuwe active, ziko running. Hata kama itakuwa tuna form one way nationwide competition yenye iko na maybe 13 or 14 or 15 teams, the better.
Yes. Tukifunga the whole conversation tukifunga sasa.
Yes.
Your last remarks.
My last remarks. I want to urge corporates, well-wishers and all other sports enthusiasts that deaf football is just like any other football. And we really need to give our maximum support. So far sahi hatuwezi jagua kitu yenye tunataka kama deaf fraternity. We need anything yenye unaona tu unaweza saidia deaf. Materials, equipments. Hata kama unaona kuna uwanja mahali fulani na iko free na unasema wacha ni dedicate kwa ya deaf wakuwa nafanyia mazoezi yao ama wachezee. Nyi pia kama TV47 kama mko na ile CSR yenyu usema we want to some percentage pay iko inaendaka kwa deaf football. And then also thank you so much for airing our events. You've been coming to our field during our training sessions. Mmekuwa at least naweza sema TV47 kidogo pia imefanya sensitization, enlighten kidogo about the deaf football, na ningesi TV47 endeleeni sana kutilia mkazo sana about the deaf existence ya football.
All right. Yeah. Thank you coach. Huyo ni Hassan Hussein ambaye ni head coach of the deaf national football team. Ametueleza their journey to the World Championship, the under 23 World Championship. Remember they registered at 13-0 against the host team, that is Serbia, and they are calling pia watu wa register. Hujaambia coach, hujasema watu wa register. Hujaambia jeshi kuje. Wale wase wako mtaa.
Wase pia
labda wako interested.
Ndio nimesema unaona sasa enlightening and sensitization, ndio nimesema TV47 watusaidie sana kuhamasisha jamii kuhusu deaf football. Unajua kunaweza kuwa na maybe player pale huko Turkana, huko West Pokot, huko ajui kama kuna deaf. So wazazi tu watokee waseme wakuwe na sisi, wakisikia tu kuna trials ama kumeitwa trials mahali, wasikose kutuma watoto wao. We have the best, najua tuko na the best players outside there. And then usisahau pia tulifunga vizuri the championship with a style, tukapiga Liberia 9-0. So usiongelee 13 peke yake, usahau 9-0. That was our counter, but tulisema hii Liberia hii they was not colonized.
Yeah.
Wacha tasi tu wa colonized.
Mkawapiga. Okay. Nani from Ekasika Nzeletama, huyu ni nickname yake, anajiita Papa Onela from Turkana. Anasema yangu tu ni kumpongeza coach kwa kazi anayoifanya na kwa kuweza kufika studio za TV47 kutupasha mengi kuhusu the deaf team. Labda hakuwa anajua kuna deaf team, lakini for now ameweza kuelewa. Coach, shukran sana for what you are doing in terms of kumake your game in grow. Shukran sana, na I want to see you again coming to our studio.
Thank you
also
so much.
Giving us an update of what is happening on the field. Okay? Shukran sana.
So mwambia huyu mtu wa Turkana in Turkana I had the best in last ladies selection. I have the best player coming from Turkana. Yeah, mwambia mtafute, anaitwa Unlocal.
So
thank you so much.
All right, thank you
pleasure,
coach. Okay, keep the conversation here. TV47 Sports Extravaganza. We are going now from here we are going to Marsabit, where the Rhino charge is taking place, and Tony Tony Kwalanda is already in Samburu, where the Rhino Charge is taking place. Tony Kwalanda, what's the update from Samburu?
Specific place is a very unique place in the 2026 Rhino Charge. This is a place known as the Gauntlet, and of course, as you can see, this is car number 65 by the one famous Kanyali, who has been in this competition for a very long time. And specifically, the reason why I'm sharing this particular section here, it is known as the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is a section, or one of the sections in the Rhino Charge, where all the particular cars during a particular competition have to go through. This gauntlet has several checkpoints. I can see a checkpoint on my extreme there. I can see another checkpoint up here. There is another checkpoint on the other end. So where I'm standing right now is the gauntlet. And this gauntlet, with all these checkpoints, offers fans, spectators, and enthusiasts an opportunity to see all the 65 vehicles that are participating in the Rhino Charge, a chance to see them from one checkpoint to the next checkpoint to the other checkpoint. And this specific area, I'm standing actually in the middle of a river. This time round, there is not much water. I think it's just during during the dry season, and that's why you can see we just have a small stream of water that is crossing. You can see, of course, it's crossing from this side going downward. However, I'm being told on a full day, where I'm standing right now is usually full of water. Now, this specific time is a bit in the dry season, so the water is a little bit. However, it offers a serious challenge, or offers a very unique taste of Rhino Charge for the drivers, together with the navigator and the runners, an opportunity really to circumnavigate or navigate through this very treacherous area. In fact, it was so hard for me just to walk from the other side to come to this riverbed inside here, to give you this very unique, this very exclusive feel of the gauntlet. So now drivers definitely getting from one checkpoint to the other. And as of course I've told you, Rhino Charge specifically, the objective of Rhino Charge is to give a driver or drivers opportunities to go through all the 13 checkpoints in the shortest distance possible. Not time, distance. And that's what, of course, they're going through here. And this one's very unique. I mean, I've not seen this in a while. And the organizers have given now drivers a very difficult time. I've seen most drivers and most crews are using winches. So they have to winch, use that winch, plug it or tag it on a stone and winch it out of here, because it's very difficult. It's muddy situation, as you can see behind there. So it's a very unique feel. And remember, of course, drivers are given around 10 hours. 10 hours from 6:30 in the morning all the way to around 5 p.m., maybe extend to the 6 p.m. And within that time frame, they're given 13 checkpoints to use the shortest distance possible. And of course, whoever achieves that, they will be able, of course, to emerge victorious in this particular competition. But remember, this competition is about conservation. All the drivers who participate in this event, prior to coming here, drivers usually pledge earlier, beforehand, the amount of money they want to raise. So specifically, we're being told the bare minimum is around 1.5. But drivers and crews and teams have gone beyond there. Drivers have gone to raise 10 million each for each particular car. So drivers are just basically here not to win, but to get in the efforts of conservation. Efforts that Rhino Arc engages in terms of fencing the water towers. Remember, we're being told over about 900 kilometers of fencing has already been done around the water towers. Talk about Mount Kenya, talk about Mount Elgon, talk about Mount Eburu, talk about the Aberdares. Those are the areas, the water catchment areas, that are specifically causing all the drivers and the crews and the teams to come to this event to raise all those funds to ensure that indeed they are able to protect our water catchment areas. And that's why I'm right here. As in, you can just hear what is happening. People are getting all over, people are getting wild. Someone has just crossed through the water. Car number 13, as I've told you. I'm right in the middle of the content. It is very interesting. The guy was very impatient, couldn't go through the other side. He just went cut through the river. And that's the whole fun of the Rhino Charge. So remember, the final results of this competition, usually we will get them on Sunday morning, because drivers have to finish, and of course we expect like the last driver to be out or to be finishing this competition by around 6 p.m, 7 p.m. Then the organizer have to compile all those results, and then of course the timings which are given on Sunday morning. So definitely we shall be keeping an eye here, of course, what's happening, and of course, and a brief you of how it goes. But remember, the Team Huzi are the defending champions of this particular Rhino Charge. Tony Kwalanda, TV47, at the heart of a riverbed in Wamba, Samburu County.
Tony Kwalanda there from Samburu anatuambia what is happening in the 2026 Rhino Charge, which is taking place right now in Samburu County. Thank you, Tony, for the update, and thank you for giving us what is happening in Samburu. And from Samburu, we're going to talk matters to do with football. Remember, Arsenal playing against PSG in the UEFA Champions League, and also our national under-17 team, Junior Starlets, they are playing against Uganda at the Nyayo Stadium. Because juu ya hiyo game kubwa, there's that question of the day. We want you to be part of the show. We want to interact with you. And the question of the day, do you think that Arsenal team, do you think Arsenal will overcome PSG in the UEFA Champions League final today? Do you think they can beat the defending champions under coach Luis Enrique? Do you think Arteta will overcome the challenge? Yeah, Luis Enrique. The number ya WhatsApp ndio hapo chini. Tutakuwa naongea na ndio namba ya WhatsApp hapo chini umewekewa pale. Send your message. Pia tuambie ni kipi kinaendelea on our social media platform at TV47 Kenya, on Facebook at TV47 Kenya, on X, and pia pale YouTube live at TV47 Kenya, on my social media platform at Duncan Mtua Askofu, on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Duncan Mtua Askofu. Sipo peke yangu to give you an in-depth analysis. Tuna familiar faces. Bar Prince are very ni football coach. Timu yake pia sijui inafanya nini, lakini najua tu inapigwa, inapigana. One of the teams zenye zimelack in consistency. I'm saying consistency because today nikimwongelesha ananiambianga leo tumepiga mtu, kesho ananiambia hata usiongelee hiyo game tumepigwa. Mseto FC ali iko vipi Mseto?
Mimi niko poa Danko. I first of all want to congratulate our neighbors Tanzania, wameingia kwenye finali ya AFCON under 17, challenge to us. But all know kudos kwao, we are happy. Otherwise tonight
Mseto FC
tuko fiti. Leo tumepoteza dhidi ya Kibagani. Tumeenda game saba bila kufungwa. Leo tumefungwa na number 2 kwa ligi, Kibagari Slams, na wametoka division 2. Sisi ni season yetu ya kwanza regional. We are learning a lot.
In season ikianza objective yenu ilikuwa.
So ni season 1 tulikuwa tunasema at least tuna uwezo wa kupanda, ndio. But kulikuwa na hiccups hapa na pale. Sasa tukakubali. Sasa hivi tuko number 7. Tulikuwa number 20 season ikianza. Sasa hivi tuko number 7. Congratulations to my coach Ramadhan Juma ambaye anafanya vizuri na technical yake.
I haven't seen you making so much noise on the socials. Like when ligi ikianza, ulitulia? Walikuchuja?
Baba, nilipigwa game 7 zikifuatana.
Okay.
Wakanifuta kazi.
Ball ni ngumu.
Leo niende nikalime bana.
Ball ni ngumu.
Expensive.
All right. Nani expert? Namiso.
Yes.
Again, welcome.
Thank you so much for having
Extravaganza.
Me. It's always a pleasure.
Rugby is going on.
Absolutely. We have our ladies who have so far been unbeaten in the ongoing Rugby Africa Women's Champion. And tomorrow we are set to face off South Africa. Our boys walipigwa jana na South Africa. So we're really looking forward to our girls na hii game. Hopefully watamanage to redeem.
You're not so excited about tonight because everyone is speaking about PSG. Nikikuja around saa 4 mchana niliona mafans already wamevaa jezi. They are making a lot of noise. Na mimi wametulia tu.
Ametulia ni kama yeye.
Unajua mimi hapo vizuri niko neutral. I'm on a neutral ground. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. Hapo hivyo, sina team yangu favorite. No. I'm very, very neutral.
Welcome to PSG.
Hapo niko tu.
Tumkaribishe PSG wangwana.
Okay. Edgar, ameamua leo mimi I'm not making noise. Nakuja tu nimetulia tu. Na jezi yangu ya Portugal. Ameogopa?
Jamaa muoga sana.
Unajua.
Edgar Gari, welcome lakini.
Asante sana. It's a privilege this guy is having me on set.
Wanafaa kusalimia. Hebu inuka kila mtu asalimie.
Wanafaa wote wakuja hapo waniulize.
Wewe. Kuja apigie
salimia. Salimia heta. Siwezi rhyme na heta.
Amemaliza ligi namba.
We believe in fair play. If hawezi fanya fair play.
Siwezi. Ataniambukiza nini?
Ameniuliza swali, mbona nikavaa jezi ya Portugal leo na Arsenal, timu kubwa itakuwa inacheza dhidi ya PSG. Nikamwambia sisi tushamaliza season. Sasa mimi nishaanza kuona World Cup. Tunapigwa na nani? Maybe baridi.
Hello.
Tunafungwa na nani?
Shinda tu vizuri.
Danko, let me make it clear. By the way, we don't have a problem with Arsenal as Arsenal.
We'll get into the
Yes, we don't. Shida nitaitaja.
Mwalimu Dennis Madheka, tunamuitanga mwalimu. Ametulia tu anangoja nyinyi pigeni tukelele. Lakini timu yetu inaingia. Mwalimu umekuaje lakini?
Nimekuwa fresh, nimekuwa poa, nashukuru mazee. Siku ya leo iliyokuwa inangojwa kwa hamu na gamu mazee ndio siku ya leo imefika. Kwa karibu siku ya leo naona niko karibu na mwana Arsenal hapa. Nimejigamba tu lakini time zipo tu zinawadia tu polepole.
Sisi hatujigambi.
Sasa kwa upande mwingine nikiangalia naona Tanzania vile Banabe ametangulia kusema. Yani wamejaribu sana kuingia finali under 17, si mchezo. Ni watu wana mizizi. Na tukiangalia tukizidi kuangalia Morocco nayo michezo ile inachezwa pale nyumbani, na niliona waliweza kufungwa na penalties na Senegali tena. Na unakumbuka Masinia walifungwa na Senegal. So pale Morocco nafikiri wana uchungu sana yani. Mpira wanao lakini game kama ile ambao ni maondoano yani. Si ya group inakuwa ni shida kwao.
And of course we failed to qualify for the championship. Sisi tunaona kwa nini? Tunaona kwa TV na tunaambia wengine congratulations, which inaumanga. Lakini pia tukizidi kuongea, just a reminder of what is happening at Nyayo Stadium. Dakika 77, our national football team under 17 junior starlets, they are playing against Uganda, and currently in the 77th minute 0-0 as it stands. Kama vile nimesema, starlets will be proceeding to the final round of the qualifiers. They will either face Tanzania or South Africa in the final round. Hiyo wakishinda through to the World Cup, which will be hosted in Morocco in November, sorry for that, which will be hosted in November. But before that, speaking of the national football team, Harambee Stars head coach Bini Makadhi amekuwa criticized because of naming the squad, naming some of the players. When wengi wanasema, this player was hajakuwa kicheza, he doesn't deserve. But at the end of the day, is the head coach of the national team. They will be playing against Lesotho. Kulikuwa na games zingine ambazo zilikuwa zimeshediliwa pale, play against Kazakhstan. Against Kazakhstan. Guys, Harambee Stars hapa na pale. Let's talk about the assignment against Lesotho. Let's talk about the squad na pia how fixtures zimechangiwa.
Mimi, when I heard the senior coach's statement about Kazakhstan not being our equal, I was shocked. I was like, who informed? First of all, none alitafuta hizo games. Who did that? And wakati unatafuta game, you have to consult the head coach or the technical team. So there were no consultation whatsoever pale. So who did that, and who gave him or her the permission, the right to do that? Team iko 105 na nyingine iko 202 kwa chini. Head coach anakuja anasema hizo si zetu. And guys, it's not the first time the head coach is complaining of the same. He questioned whoever organized the Senegal match. You remember. Now we are here. Tunamuita mtalii na kuna watu wanamsabotage. because that is sabotage. There's no way mimi ni kuwe chairman wa team nianze kupangia kochare kikosi ama kumtafutia friendlies. Yeye ndiye anawatrain, yeye ndiye anawajua. But Danko, there are a lot of issues zenye zinaendelea, and that's why you're seeing us not qualifying for anything. We are not going anywhere. Hata rugby ndio yani nini zinatufuata tu. You know, kwa sababu we don't, our house is not in order.
Totally.
We are in shambles. But this is what happens when you play politics with football. Because we know the selection, wale watu wako makini wanajua whatever happened, pale ndio ile selection ikafanywa. Tutaanza kujiuliza, je, coach ni yeye aliteua ile kikosi kweli? Ni yeye aliitana kweli? Kwa sababu bado kuna rumors kwamba the coach anaenda kufanya changes kwa hiyo team yenye iliitwa. So pia tunajiuliza, what is going on?
The business of Benny McCarthy and Harambee Stars inaishia kwa touchline. Ni kama inaanza ku unfold. Akishamalizana na game yeye ni hivyo.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to get involved in whatever is happening. Because Kazakhstan and Lesotho
number 1, number 2 huko nyuma.
Na mimi so twende.
Mimi naona it's such a shame sababu friendlies zinafaa kutusaidia kutuweka pedestal yenye tunapimana nguvu. So tunafaa kukuwa na watu wenye maybe wako juu yetu ama wenye tuko level moja ndo tupimane nao, sio watu wenye wako huko nyuma. And it's such a shame that him being the head coach kuna decisions zenye zinafanywa on his behalf. I feel like being a head coach tumekupea hiyo mandate. Wewe ndio unafaa kufanya vitu on behalf of the team. Wewe ndio unajua squad yako, wewe ndio unaamua squad yako, na whatever you say as the head coach, hata kama tukubaliani nayo tunafaa kuiacha ikwe the final say. So hizi interruptions zote tukiangalia pia zina disrupt vile team yetu ina perform. Hizi inconsistencies zitakuja pia zita reflect kwa performance yetu. So at the moment it's such a shame whatever is happening in football haifai kuwa iki happen. And given that this is our national team yenye tuna expect itucheze AFCON, team yenye tuna expect pia labda itupeleke World Cup, hapana haifai kuwa iki happen. It's such a shame to see that.
Do you think they can qualify for World Cup with all this?
You can't.
No, right now we are struggling. Right now kubaya.
Ni matanga.
Saizi
Qualify World Cup labda baada ya miaka kama 100 hivi.
Hata AFCON
kama sisi tutakuwa tumekufa tumezika.
Hata AFCON kama tungekuwa tuna host, atungekuwa ndani.
Exactly.
Naona hata unaona kwa hizo group stage tumewekwa, tutamaliza wa mwisho.
Bana, we can beat South Africa, guys.
We can't.
The problem is not the talent.
No, the girls are ni sawa.
The talent is very good. Tuko na talent. Like management.
Ni noma.
Hapo hivyo ndo shida inaingililia.
Edgar,
na shida ikianzia kwa management ina trickle down mpaka kwa talent.
Edgar.
Yes.
Ametaja kuhusu management. Tuliona juzi FIFA said, you know, of these guys, whatever you guys, the team opposition, whatever you guys are doing, we don't recognize it. Venye mlifanya sisi pia hatujui hiyo process yenu ilikuwa aje. Wakarudishwa tena in the drawing board. Then Hussein came in and said, you know, guys, I can't work alone. But then if we have to work with you, lazima tu pia tufuate the due process venye kila kitu venye inafaa ifanywe. Let's talk about the national team na pia tuongele management. Good thing ametaja kuhusu management.
Kivyangu, I think when Hussein was campaigning together with Mariga, it was the best bet for the football in this country. Ukiangalia opponents wenye alikuwa na face at that time, coming as the FKF president, as a football fan, as someone who loves football, as someone who loves sports in this country, nilikuwa nadhani kwamba hao jamaa watakapochukua hatamu za uongozi watakuwa wanapeleka soka yetu mbele. Lakini the same problems zenye tulikuwa tunaface hapo awali bado tunaziface sasa hizi. Problem yenye kuna mtu mahali yeye amekaa anataka there were allegations actually. Anataka kuambia mchezaji fulani nipatie pesa fulani uitwe national team. So unapata coach hana control over who is coming to the national team and who is not coming to the national team, which is quite unfortunate. Alafu mkikosa kuperform mnataka kufuta coach na ni nyinyi ndio mmeita hii team yenye imekaa. Una get? It doesn't make any sense. The role of a coach, the role of a head coach, there is a difference between a head coach and a manager. Umepatiwa hiyo mandate, wewe ita kikosi. Like go around, look at games. Kwa sababu nimemwona McCarthy akiingia katika michuano ya FC Leopards, Gor Mahia, Kariobangi Sharks. Hata nimeona ameenda kwa games zingine za Division 2. Huyu ni mtu mwenye ako passionate about football in this country as a coach. So wewe ukikuja unampangia kikosi, alafu anakosa kuperform, the buck does not stop with him.
Mwalimu, you are umekuwa loud ukisema never in 100 years that Harambee Stars will ever qualify.
Haitawahi, hata nasikia unanichelewesha kuzungumza sababu yani football ya Kenya basi hakuna kitu inanisinya maisha yangu kama football ya Kenya. Na venye Kenya tunapenda football walai.
Tunapenda football ama tunapenda football.
Mashabiki yani tunapenda mpira.
Tunapenda football ama tunapenda football ya Europe.
Sisi tunapenda football. Especially Harambee Stars ikiwa kwa uwanja, mazee uwanja tunajaza. Tangu jadi sikufichi mimi. Naangalia FC Leopard Gor, unaona uwanja umejaa bado. Kwa hivyo ukweli ni kwamba yani kama ni management nini na nini vitu kama hizo iache tu uhuru, iwe huru. Sababu wao kiangalia mimi nashindwa ile ofisi ya FKF. Sielewi akiingia akiwa president, akikampeni yako sawa. Akiingia akiwa president, sijui uko ndani, sijui kuna kitabu gani wanachukua kwa kabati chini inasema bana hapa lazima tukanyage hivi na hivi na hivi. Unaona? Sababu wewe ukiangalia ile tabia ilikuwa na yule mwingine tu. Unaona huyu mwingine tadi inaelekea pale pale.
I think
at the moment ukiangalia Ben McCarthy ile kikosi anataja si kikosi mbaya. Ukiangalia ni wale maplayer wa kule nje, wale mafcast nini na nini players wetu, utakuta ni vijana mazee wameimarika, ni vijana wako first 11 wanacheza ball whereby yani wakiachwa huru definitely Harambee Stars itakuwa ni nzuri zaidi katika AFCON next year. Lakini hii mishemishe hapo ndani na ukora vile nani ametangulia kusema Edgar kuhusu lazima eti mimi ni mkubwa wa Kenya Breweries, kwa hivyo lazima mimi lazima Banabe aingie kwa kikosi. Umeelewa? Hiyo ili hapa ni kule Cameroon, lakini wale wa Cameroon waliacha huo jinga kitambo West Africa. Wakati wa Bambe kitambo achezea Ufaransa. Babake alitichwa sijui 100,000 sijui. Wao jinga huko mpaka leo hapa Kenya.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's allegedly. You're not pointing fingers to anyone because it's allegedly. The squad in your name, is that the best squad that Kenya can produce? Or Benny McCarthy just went for the Europe-based players? Because many people are questioning why the likes of Moses Schumer is not in the squad. The likes of the remind that under 20 guy from Kariobangi Sharks, Pia Yuko. Is that the best squad that Kenya can produce? Or are those the best players? Look at kuna mchezaji hajacheza ligi kutoka August last year. Hajakuwa touched.
Yeah, Okwaro.
But he's in that squad.
Yes.
So are they the best?
Okay, if you ask me, kuna a lot of influence kwa hiyo kikosi. Allegedly, you can't really say hii ni kikosi ya Ben McCarthy. Kuna majina yanasukumwa allegedly. Jina la mtu fulani kwa sababu anajua mtu fulani linasukumwa hapo anaingia katika kikosi. Lakini if you ask me, the kind of tournaments that you are going to play, for example AFCON next year, hiyo ni tournament yenye haihitaji trial and error. Inataka mchezaji mwenye ameimarika, mchezaji that has been tried and tested. Sio kwamba wachezaji wetu huku nyumbani hawana vipaji. Ila you remember there is a certain time Ben McCarthy, kuna watu walikuwa na mquestion wakimuuliza mbona haukuita mtu fulani, mbona haungecheza na kikosi chenye kilicheza CHAN katika one of the qualifiers. Akawaambia, actually aliwaambia tu point blank kwamba there are levels that utahitaji mchezaji ambaye ako exposed more. And it's very true. Experience itakusaidia kuwin games, experience itakusaidia kumanage pressure kwa game. So for me, hiyo kikosi, it's not actually the best that Kenya can produce, but allegedly kuna watu ambao wako na influence katika kile kikosi, na mi kitu tu ambacho ningeomba kocha aache tu afanye kazi yake, muache mwenyewe aite kikosi chake from hiyo kikosi yake. Tutamjudge after matokeo imetokea. Sasa unajua itakuwa ngumu kujudge huyo coach kwa sababu kuna mtu fulani ameinfluence jamaa fulani akaingia kwa kikosi, alafu anataka kumuinfluence pia acheze game, and that person is not good enough. I'm not mentioning names.
Of course, national football team Harambee Stars will be playing against Lesotho in the international friendly, in the upcoming national friendlies, na game zote zitakuwa zinachezwa away. Apart from that, we are going again to talk matters to do with Gor Mahia. Remember, they'll be officially crowned as champions tomorrow during their last league match last group match against Nairobi United. Let's cross over to Samburu where Tony Kwalanda is to skip pia anasema nini.
Now, every Rhino Charge every year happens in a community. And this community here, we are actually in Wamba, Samburu County. We were privileged earlier in the day to witness the official flag of this 2026 edition of the Rhino Charge, where the Samburu governor, together with top officials from Rhino Arc, led by Christian Lambret, were able, of course, to flag off this event. The reason why I'm sharing this point about the community is the community in Wamba has to give permission to the organizers of the Rhino Charge. They have to have meetings with the leadership here in Wamba to be given permission to run this particular event here in Wamba. Now, you can imagine this, of course, involves different leaders from different positions. The chief, the head of the village, the member of parliament, the member of county assembly, also the teachers. Everybody is usually sat on one table to discuss about this particular event. And the importance of having this meeting is to agree. Remember, cars are coming here, human beings are coming here. There will be a lot of sort of disturbance to this particular area. So there's a discussion that these people have in order to see what they can talk about in terms of when people come, how are we going to ensure they are protected? When people come, how are we going to ensure that they are safe? Remember, we are right in the middle of a conservancy. We're right in the middle of the animal territory. We have, I'm told, of course, we are right in the middle of wild animals. We can expect giraffes, we can expect leopards, we can expect cheetahs, we can expect lions right here. So there have to be discussions whereby the protection of the people will be here, and also the protection of the animals is well taken care of. Remember also, this event, as much as people are coming here, the disturbance here, so that they need to look up about measures of how to conserve this environment. As much as there will be disturbance, what are they going to do to ensure that that disturbance, their efforts to mitigate what, of course, happens here? So there's a lot of discussions that are held with different people, with experts from different agencies, government agencies, you name them, who have conversations with the community here. So at least when the event happens, everybody knows what will happen before, during, and after, so that when people come here, when they leave it better than they found it. And that's the most important concept, and that's the most important objective of the organizers of Rhino Charge. Creating tourism, bringing people to a community, creating a lot of noise about that particular area, marketing that particular area, but also at the end of the day, the community are the ones who win. So everybody, it's a win-win situation right here in Wamba. It happens everywhere that this competition is held, and we are happy, of course, as TV47, we are right there to actually witness it, witness this particular initiatives, and to tell you that these events indeed have a cause to it. As much as people are here to man and machine and nature are trying to put their heads together, but at the end of the day, the conservation efforts and the conservation initiatives are right at the top of the agenda of the organizers. And remember, at the end of the day, the funds raised here, they have been into the millions, almost, of course, into the billions, in terms of protecting water towers, protecting communities, and protecting wildlife. Tony Kwalanda, TV47, Wamba, Samburu County.
Almost done with the 2026 Rhino Charge, which is happening at Samburu County. And Tony Kwalanda is giving us an update of what is happening, what has happened the whole day in terms of preparation from last month to the final day of the championship, the final day of the 2026 Rhino Charge. Tony akiuko Samburu ndo ametuambia. And then just an update of what is happening at Nyayo Stadium in the National Under-17 women team, that is Junior Starlets. They are playing against Uganda, and 90 plus 4 minutes zimeisha, and the Starlets currently 0-0 against Uganda. They will be playing, or rather, whoever was going to proceed in that fixture will play against the winner between South Africa and Tanzania. Who will face Tanzania? Who will face South Africa? Is it Uganda or Junior Starlets? 0-0, and advantage to the Junior Starlets under coach Mildred Cheche. Can they do the magic and proceed? Can they win against Uganda? Can they make sure the game ends in a 0-0 and proceed with the away goal rule? The away goal rule still stands in Africa. Haijabadilika. It still stands in Africa. Imebadilika kule Europe League. We're going to take a short break, but usiondoke because we have a lot to talk about. Gor Mahia being crowned as champions for the 22nd time. APS Bomet, ever since they were promised that 50,000 Kenya shillings winning bonus, they have been winning. Walipiga FC Leopard, wakapiga Bandari. Yani they are having that form, that poor form. We are going also to discuss matters to do with the FKF Premier League running. Remember in the final stretch, and Sofapaka, Bidco and Kariobangi Sharks, they will be going down. We are going to talk about the relegation battle. As it stand, I understand the game imeisha. Starlets, Junior Starlets versus Uganda, and Junior Starlets proceeded through the away goal after 0-0 win, after 0-0 draw again at the Nyayo Stadium. Remember, in the first leg, they registered a 1-1 draw, giving them an advantage of away goal rule. So congratulations to them. But the big assignment awaits them in the final round of the qualifiers, in the final round of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Can they beat Tanzania, or rather can they beat whoever proceeds between Tanzania and South Africa? Nilikuwa nakwambia what is happening. Tutakuwa naongelea kuhusu Sofapaka, Bidco and Kariobangi Sharks. They have already gone down. FC Leopard decided, we can't fight until the last day, and they had to let Gor Mahia do their thing, allowing them to proceed and win the title. Also, we're going to talk about Nairobi United. Remember, they hosted their national gala, or rather their 2026 gala, and some players were awarded, the likes of Kevin Wangaya, or rather those players who had an outstanding season. They were awarded a lot of prizes. Crystal Palace clinching the UEFA Conference League. And also we are going to talk matters to do UEFA Champions League. Big question being, can the noisemakers, can the Arsenal win against PSG? Can Arteta do his magic against Luis Enrique? So we're going to take a short break. Alafu tukirudi tunarudi na mengi, including Playbook Corporate Football Tournament. I understand Alan Zuki is on ground, atakuwa pia anatuambia what is happening huko mali ako. Atakuwa anatuambia ni kipi kinafanyika kule that football tournament. Also the transfer news across Europe. Tutakuwa nakwambia Pep Guardiola anaenda wapi, Xavi atakuwa anafanya nini. Let's take a short break, alafu tutarudi.
At 8:30 p.m. You have to be very careful. Fake money can kill business.
Na leo mkorada yangu.
Small money, kapesa kadogo, big behavior.
I only have big notes.
Alikuwa anatafuta courage.
Yani nafaje kutengeneza kachumbari na manyanya zinakaa hivi? Ona kiki ni kama kiwaru.
Hiyo ni tonga commitment to the lie. Amejicommit.
Ndio hiyo. Mpatie.
Unajua kama una mtu kitu, hata tu salamu ya kawaida inakaa kama reminder.
Habari yako?
Sintalipa kesho.
Kesho gani when?
Si kesho ya kesho ya tomorrow.
Hiyo tena. Mzee ni budi mchoka.
Ni budi ni madeni.
Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47.
Start your Fanikisha journey with Equity today.
Yami na flow kama maji, juu ni tamu kama sali. Ni juicy. Are you bored? Kuna vitu zinakuudhi, usijali my bro, ibuka mataka juicy juni.
As part of this year's Madaraka Day celebrations, the Ministry of Education, in conjunction with the National Thematic Celebrations Committee, will host a series of side events ahead of the main national celebrations. Under the thematic week theme, Education, Skills, and the Future, TV47 brings you live coverage from Wagberry Primary School, Wajir County, on Friday 29th and Sunday 31st May 2026. Join the national conversation on national leadership and skills development and Elimu Mashinani, featuring key stakeholders shaping the future of education in Kenya. The events will be graced by His Excellency Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki on Friday and His Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Ruto on Sunday. Don't miss these special live broadcasts only on TV47.
From 11th June to 19th July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Get DStv access for as little as 1,450 Kenya shillings today.
Tonight on Connect In.
I see. You're staying with us. How many nights? One or two?
In my work, I go where the ship. Yeah, I don't book.
I need to hear it one last time. Why exactly did you give him a free room?
What is spiritual fruit?
Grapes. It's just fruit. It's not revelation.
Sister Wedero, this fish is blessed.
Real pastors bless the hands, not the fish.
Wait, is there a manual?
Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
All right, welcome back, and this is TV47 Sports Extravaganza. My name is Duncan Mutua. Sipo peke yangu. We have the likes of Bar Prince, Namiso, Edgar, and also Mwalimu is in the house giving us an in-depth analysis of what is happening in terms of sports in the country. A few minutes ago, the national under-17 football team, Junior Starlets, have just proceeded to the next, or the final round of the FIFA under-17 World Cup qualifiers, and they might be facing South Africa in the final stretch, or rather the final round. But big match tonight, PSG playing against Arsenal in the UEFA Champions League. Can they win? That's the question of the day. So keep the conversation going here at TV47. That's the question of the day. Do you think Arsenal will overcome PSG in the UEFA Champions League final today? The kickoff ni saa moja. Wengi wanadhani kickoff ni saa 4, but the kickoff ni saa moja. Our WhatsApp number is there, 0793267279. So also pia on our Facebook at TV47 Kenya, we are live pale. Andika message yako tuambie which team do you think will win. Also in Kenya tomorrow, the final stretch of the Kenya Premier League, that is the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, the final stretch they're running, and we're expecting a lot. Remember Bidco, Sofapaka and Kariobangi Sharks have already said it's a goodbye for them in the top flight of football. And Gor Mahia will be crowned officially tomorrow as the 2025-2026 season champions. FC Leopard will finish second, na pia timu zingine tutakuwa naona Nairobi United are targeting to finish fourth. But can they beat Gor Mahia in the final day? Because they'll be doing that parade thing. Wasemeniaje, shukran. Congratulations for what you guys did. In the country, Gor Mahia playing against Nairobi United. Guys, tuongelee hiyo. Tunaanzia hapa. Tunaanzia them being crowned as the champions. Na naanza na Mwalimu.
Okay, mimi si kuongea ile.
Nataka kwanza na walimu.
Sasa saa hii pia unani. Mimi si kubonga ile ingine. Yaani ilifika hapa ikakataa. Tena
walimu Gor Mahia.
Hiyo topic ya PSG mimi nataka
inakaa.
Hiyo mambo ya crowning.
Mimi ndo nakupanga.
Sisi hatutaki.
Wewe kama shabiki wa Kariobangi Sharks mulichuja.
Sisi tunataka PSG.
Unajua uchungu ulio hapa.
Tuanze hapa na Gor Mahia.
Uchungu ulio hapa unajua Banabe unajua natoka huko. Sasa unajua FC Leopard unajua kuna vile waliteleza kidogo, sasa kuna machungu kidogo ndio unaona iko vile. Lakini upande wa Gor na kwa machampe bila shaka wamekuwa tu wazuri, consistency yao imekuwa poa. Kwa hivyo kongole kwao kila, yani tunawatakia yani wao na sherehe nzuri tu, washerekee vizuri tu mafans wa Gor Mahia, sababu yenyewe unajua ile nyingine ilichukuliwa na polisi wakati ule mwingine msimu uliopita. Kwa hivyo sasa hii Gor Mahia wamekuwa pamoja, wamekuwa na uchungu, wamekuwa na kila, alafu mpira wao umekuwa ni mpira ambao unapendeza. Kwa hivyo nikiangalia Nairobi United game ya kesho, huwa mara nyingi watu wengi wanatarajia ile mechi ya mwisho, alafu kama vile Arsenal walicheza game ya mwisho na wakachukua. Bila shaka tunatarajia kesho Nairobi United, ikiwa mimi ni kipenzi kikubwa pia cha Nairobi United, lakini hiyo mechi ya kesho itakuwa rahisi kwa Gor. Kwa hivyo watarajie mchuano ambao utakuwa ni mkali zaidi, sababu mechi ya mwisho hata kama umechukua, umekuwa crowned bingwa ile wa hiyo kikombe, bila shaka mafansi wako, technical bench, kila kitu itakuwa inatarajia mpate ushindi kwa Nairobi United, lakini mimi naona itakuwa ngumu sana kwa Gor Mahia. Haitakuwa rahisi. Naona kutakuwa na kufungwa na plus wapewe kikombe wainue juu.
Tayari wameshasema stands tatu tu pekee ndo za Nairobi United, number 9, 10 and 11. Hizo zingine from number 1 hadi any space yenye itakuwa imebaki it's for Gor Mahia fans.
Yes, for me I think first of all, by the way, congratulations to Gor Mahia. Na FC Leopards walitupa ligi after walipigwa na Gor Mahia 1-0. So that was the end of the league. Actually, FC Leopards handed Gor Mahia the league after waliweza kupigwa. Lakini hiyo game ya kesho it's more of okay, haina maana kwa Gor Mahia, ni kuheshimu kalenda kwa sababu ushashinda ligi, lakini pia ili uinue kikombe na hadhi fulani inafaa ushinde, kwa sababu wale mashabiki watakuwa wanasherehekea ushindi pamoja na kombe. Ila that match is more important to Nairobi United than Gor Mahia.
Okay, that match is more important than Nairobi United than Gor Mahia. That's the highlights zenye unaona hapo ni FC Leopard playing against Homeboys, na hapo ndo mambo yalianza kuharibika. Wakasema ikakuwa ngumu chasing Gor Mahia, guys.
Congratulations to Gor. They've had a very, very beautiful season. Na wamekuwa very consistent. Ukiangalia performance yao imekuwa very consistent. They have a very large fan base. I think hiyo pia wagena wa motivate. FC Leopards came so close, but it's so unfortunate. Kila time ukiwasikiza they have allegations of match fixing, allegations of kuonewa kila time. So I think mimi kama shabiki mkubwa sana wa FC Leopards tumekubali kwamba imeenda na imeenda kwa uzuri. Gor Mahia truly deserve that win. As of tomorrow, vile tu mwanzangu hapo amesema, it would be good if they won. It's not a must for them to win that against Nairobi, but then it would be good if they won, and we'll be there. We're waiting for them to be crowned officially. Is it, I think, for the 22nd time?
Wow. Second time.
That is such monopoly. I think sasa hiyo wameshatuonyesha their dominance over the Kenyan local league. It's time we promote them, wanze kucheza na watu wengine international. They probably don't have enough competition around here, because how do you allow a team to win for 22 consecutive times? Well, all of us are still there, so there's something.
Last season they had a bad season because Police FC at the end of the day they ran with it. Yeah, but the reason why I'm smiling here, just a comment of what is happening, of what we are talking about is Jay Mwaniki ananiambia, please Duncan, stop calling us noisemakers. We as Arsenal fans.
No, but they are.
Tonight we are making history. Tuendelee na Gor Mahia.
Mafuta imepanda. Maisha iko juu, and what this guy
is town mnatumbua na kelele.
Is celebration.
Tuendelee na
Gor Mahia. What are you celebrating?
Tuendelee na Gor Mahia.
Pesa inatoka.
What are you celebrating?
Tutafika hapo na kwa Gor Mahia.
Duncan, wacha nikwambie. Gor Mahia mimi sikatai, wamebeba ligi. But ni wale wase wenyewe wako na nguvu tu home peke yake. Like hawana nguvu outside Kenya. And that mimi nanipeanga swali kubwa sana. Tumewaona in the CAF competitions. They are now going to represent the country in the CAF. But hawapitangi game ya kwanza. Wakienda sana ni ya pili. Why? Pia ina expose the quality ya ball yenye tuko nayo in this country. Chini sana. So ni sawa wao ni champions. Na by the way, mimi ni allow nishikanishe na swali ulikuwa umeuliza ya kwanza about the squad ya Harambee Stars. People have been criticizing Benny sana about hiyo. Have you ever gone to the stadium, watch ball, mchezaji mmoja in the midfield anashindwa kucontrol ball, si mara ya kwanza, si mara ya pili, si mara ya tatu. Control tu peke yake. A midfielder, a CDM amepaswa ball na center back. Ball na mtoka inaenda. So Benny doesn't really feel like hii ni football yenye inaweza kwenda kucompete internationally. No. Heri alete mchezaji mwenye anapiga bench huko sijui university fulani, but akona basics. Alianza kucheza bola akiwa mtoto mdogo. Huyo mtu ni rahisi kumcoach tactically kuliko our own Kenya, because Kenya tactically hatuko, we don't play any tactical football. We don't have. So heri aende. So mimi upande wa Gor sawa ni washindi, but pia jamani, it's now another time. And then mtu wakilishe tuone. And then at least mfanye kitu now. But wakona shida pia, because sheria ziko very clear. Ukitaka kwenda kurepresent your country in the CAF competition, you have to adhere to the rules and laws. Kumekuwa na mambo mingi sana hapa about sijui pesa ya nini. They have until June 30th kuhakikisha kwamba wameclear kila kitu. Wako na youth team, yes. Wako na girls team, sahi wameunda. Wako na wametengeneza mambo ya financial statements zao. I don't know. Do they have, wako na madeni ya wachezaji? Kuna wachezaji wanawadai?
Hakuna.
Now that is the question. So are they ready? Mimi nazishikanisha sasa na hii boli yetu, unaona. Like itafika June 28th ndio sasa tunaanza kugombana tukingangana tukikimbizana.
Kawaida yetu.
Yeah, so for me nawaambia waharakishe. Tusisumbuane, watu wakilishe vizuri, na jamani hata wapige Yanga bana.
Wajua hata Waswahili walisema jogoo wa shambani hawiki mjini.
Inakuwa ngumu. Hawa mjini hawawiki.
Wakiwa huku hivi wako shambani wako sawa, lakini wakifika mjini wanashindwa kuwika.
Wanatupigia kelele hapo.
Michael, kitu chengine mimi naona Gor Mahia ama timu yote ya Kenya ikibeba ligi kuperform vizuri katika hizi games za Champions League ya Afrika, inakuwa ngumu sababu ya kitu kinaitwa nini? Tunachezesha players wetu tu wale local. Umeelewa? Ukienda Yanga nafikiri unaweza pata wachezaji kama waine hivi. Wanaweza fika hata 5 kutoka nchi zingine huko. Umeelewa? Lakini sasa ukiangalia Gor Mahia sijui ni wako ngapi?
More than 6.
But wachezaji wengi hata wa
first 11.
Yeah.
Many international players walipangwi.
Sababu mimi
wanaendanga wakidai.
First 11 ya Gor Mahia nikiangalia game zao naona tu majina mengi yanaanza na hao tu. Yaani
they have
for me mimi ukiniuliza katika swala hilo, it's not about who plays, it's about systems. Na the system within our Kenyan football maze standards ziko chini sana.
Inoma.
Apart from systems, kuna kitu inaitwa marketing. Hakuna siku utatembea Tanzania upate mtu amepigilia jezi ya FC Leopards ama Gor Mahia. Lakini ni mara ngapi utatembea town unapatana na jezi ya Yanga? Mbona tunafaa kujiuliza maswali kama hiyo. Alafu vile tu kocha amesema, unapata unajua you are going to play CAF confederations. Haujaanza, unataka kujipanga last minute. Ndio uanze kusema tulikuwa na deni ya jamaa fulani tunafaa kumlipa ndio
tuende huko. Also because I can see the comments that PSG zinaendelea kuingia. Also you can tell me why Kenyans have celebrated the Arsenal winning the title more than they are celebrating Gor Mahia winning the title, and even Sundowns winning the Champions League. Sundowns from South Africa winning the Champions League. Look at Tanzania. Celebration hapa na pale. But trust me, if Yanga wins that title or Simba, kutakuwa tuna some scenes, beautiful scenes. But for Gor Mahia, they're just waiting for tomorrow. Arsenal started celebrating immediately City lost. I don't know why, but on the comment section you can just tell me, nitakuwa nasoma zile jumbe, because I understand wanaongelea mostly kuhusu PSG. No one is talking about Gor Mahia, no one is talking about our league. But the teams that are going down in our national league, the likes of Bidco, Kariobangi Sharks and Sofapaka. Sofapaka, it was all done before the season started, because remember last year they survived because of that playoffs. Now there's a debate that we might play playoffs, we might not be having that playoffs. But if there's no playoffs, it's Sofapaka, Bidco and Kariobangi Sharks.
There is a court case right now. Tunangojea uamuzi, and definitely once the league is done na hiyo kesi haijamuliwa, we'll switch back to the old laws. And so kuna high possibility that tutacheza playoffs. So Sharks huenda ikacheza na namba 3 wa NSL. That is almost confirmed.
Okay, it's almost
confirmed because clearly hata hiyo kesi inasema kwamba the due process was not followed kuweza kubadilisha hizo sheria. Kwa hivyo it is highly unlikely.
Will it be fair for the other team on the national Super League side?
I think I have been I'm the person who has been vocal about unfairness in this whole thing, because meaning ebu angalia kina 3K venye zimengangana. 3K imekuwa number 1 pale. Sasa iko number 3. Okay, imeteleza tu kidogo juzi nini drop. Kuna investment kubwa sana, so inamaanisha wale pia wako na uwezo. Sasa kama wamengangana wamefika namba 3, mbona unawanyang'anya nafasi? Because I can tell you the truth. Mimi I like 3K and their project and what they have done, but believe you me, hawawezi kupiga a Kenya Premier League side. Haiwezi. There is no single day that an NSL team itapiga KPL team kwenye playoffs. Haiwezi. Uliza Naivas, they will tell you what Sofapaka did to them. So mimi nasemanga it's very very unfair. Honestly guys, kama mimi ninafaa kupanda, wacha nipande. Wacha mambo ya playoff. I'm still against this thing.
All right, I can see Chef Wanjalana anasema Arsenal lazima ifanye mambo yao leo. Sijui mambo yao ni gani, kushinda ama ni kushindwa. Lakini sijui mambo yao ni gani. I can see even following from Madagascar. Nani? Finsay Soy. Thank you Finsay Soy. Nauliza kuhusu game. We are going to give you an update of what tutakuwa nakuambia nani ndo amefunga live updates ya TV47. Mwingine ya mwisho Wangwana show iko fiti ni Bivon kutoka Bivon Naimira. Watch moja kwa moja. Hajaniambia ametoka wapi, but anasema show iko fiti. Thanks in advance. Kuhusu game ya nini? Angalia kuhusu game ya PSG.
Yes. The 6-1.
Coach Bena from Nairobi. Coach Bena from Nairobi anasema ana follow show nikiwa kwa nyumba. My opinion on Harambee Stars player, good thing that is touch on the local football. My opinion on the Harambee Stars player selection is I think the coach is doing a good job. This is the time he should try all the players at his disposal to know who can help him come strong next year in AFCON. It's also ni time ambayo anafaa kutry all the players. I can agree with Coach Bena. The reason why he's calling him a coach, he's calling himself a coach. Hello, hii game ya Arsenal sawa. Acha ni avoid too. Carlos from Gwakiogo. Sawa Carlos. Anasema Arsenal must win, alafu akatuma picha yake selfie.
Must win, yeah.
Tulia.
Yeah, atacheza.
It's a big fan of Arsenal.
Yeah, atakuwa.
So iko fine ni Bella from Kite. Bella, shukran sana. Na amejiita Kate Fire Girl in Kenya. Dan, please stop calling us noisemakers. Hiyo nilisema yeah.
They are noisemakers.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Wow, are they? Mbili za mwisho. Hello Duncan Kennedy Omari from Kisii. Shukran Kennedy. Mimi kama Chelsea, let our sisters Arsenal win and a big win. Saliba to score. Nimefunga. I'm an Arsenal fan but PSG gonna win this. Nimefunga siku ya 3 Arsenal.
Huyo si wetu.
Huyo amesema yeye ni Arsenal fan but PSG ametry kuwa neutral. Yes, amesema mimi ni fan wa Arsenal lakini PSG inabeba hii. Hello. I'm stubborn Harry.
Arsenal.
Ni fan wa Arsenal, anasema PSG itakuwa ngumu.
Huyo sasa ni true gunner. Wachana na hawa mafans.
I'm stubborn Eric. Arsenal kubeba UEFA Champions League labda kwa ndoto bana. PSG is our messiah today. Let PSG save the world from the noise pollution. It's easy to criticize our team. That is anasema it's easy to criticize Arsenal, but where did the rain start beating us? We need to address anaongelea kuhusu Harambee Stars. Hajataja which team. That's why I'm assuming it's Arsenal, but anaongelea kuhusu Harambee Stars. We need to address the root causes. It's time to strengthen our financial backing and start scouting talented players from the grassroots. That's how we build a stronger future. Anaongelea kuhusu Gor Mahia rather than Harambee Stars. Hamjuma Charles from Budalangi in Busia County. Let me tell you, all Arsenal fans, today you will see fire. Not only fire, but a burning fire. UEFA is not Premier League. PSG 4, Arsenal 2. Thank you so much for your prediction, Juma. Keep the conversation going here on TV47. Big night tonight, from 7 p.m. PSG versus Arsenal in the UEFA Champions League final. The English Premier League champions against the League One. League One? Yeah, League One champions PSG. Wao walimaliza kitambo wakaamua sisi tunatulia. Tulikuwa kwa Sofapaka going down. Edgar.
Yes.
Sofapaka going down. The other team also, Kariobangi Sharks.
Uncle.
And
achana na Edgar, uliza nani hapa.
Ndakupanga, atulia. Mimi nakupanga. Tulia ndakupanga.
Sauti tu ya msichana, achana Edgar.
Edgar.
Hivi tenyu naona ni kubwa sana.
Edgar, Sofapaka going down, Kariobangi going down, Bidco going down, and then there's that court cases that they might Kariobangi Sharks might do the playoffs thing with the third team on the NSL side.
Yes, for me, I'm always against the playoff. Kwa sababu niko na timu imecheza NSL. Bro, ndio umalize hata namba 4. Huko kiatu inatembea. Kiatu inatembea huko. So unapata timu imejituma, then mechi 2 za mwisho wanateleza kidogo, then they finish third. Alafu unafaa kukuja kucheza playoff na timu kama Sofapaka, Kariobangi Sharks, watu ambao wana tajriba ya kucheza ligi. Kidogo unaingia kwa game kama umepanic kwa sababu this is a Kenya Premier League team that you are playing against. Na pia sometimes I usually feel kuna baadhi ya timu, sitataja jina, but ukiangalia tu consistency ya ligi vile imekuwa, timu inatakanga tu angalau imalize hapo ndio ende icheze playoff ndio survive. Unanipata? So for me, I'm against that. Wacha tu teams zinaenda zishuke, mcheze NSL, mjipange ndio mrudi. Timu zimemaliza 1 2 3, pandeni ligi, mcheze ligi tuone what you have for us from the NSL.
And mwalimu, at some point ulikuwa a big fan of Sofapaka. Kuna siku ushaikuwa fan wa Sofapaka, ndio?
Huyu anakuanga fan wa timu yote.
Mimi hakuna siku.
Haujaikuwa wa Sofapaka?
Hakuna siku.
Kienda relegation hama.
Hata siku moja, lakini kwangu mimi saa zingine watu wapigilie msumari juu nyundo vizuri yani. Sababu ukiangalia President Mwendo yule ametoka, nikimtaja na jina, si ndio?
If your neighbor understand from
si ndio, tatoka sehemu moja huko. Sasa yule unaona Kariobangi iko hapo namba 3 imevuta mkia huko. Sasa hapo ndio kuna kizungumkuti hapo. Mimi nasemanga ukweli sababu mimi nashindwa kama ilikuwa imepitishwa, kama walikuwa wamepanga hivyo ziondoke 3 zipande 3, si ndio? Sasa mimi sielewi kama sioni kama maybe hiyo Kariobangi Sharks ingekuwa kama namba 2, si ndio? Kutoka chini huko. Kutoka chini wangekuwa namba 2, kutoka chini. Second last. Wangekuwa third last, si ndio? Definitely sijui kama kuna complaint ingekuwa, lakini unajua sasa hii mpira wetu wa Kenya una siasa mingi sana. Unaona sasa sababu mpira wa Kenya ni wewe tu Michael ukue na pesa. Edgo ukue na pesa. Umeelewa lakini? Ndio utainuka na ndio utaongea kwa mpira wa Kenya. Lakini bila kama una pesa, hakuna kitu. Kwa hivyo hii ni mbaya hii. Hii ni mbaya tena hata inauma sana sababu mtu amefight huko NSL ni kugumu, umefight vizuri, umeingia pale, unaingia, unarudi inachangewa, inakuwa eti playoff. It's not fair.
Amekasirika na miso. Amekasirika, acha niwaambie tulie. Mwalimu relax.
Na miso chake cha kukasirika.
Si nzuri.
And there's a time Sofapaka ilikuwa team fiti kabisa na ilikuwa team kali. I don't know what happened. I don't know what led to their fall from glory, I mean. But anyway, naona ni kama vile amesema there's a lot of politics yenye ina influence football. Mimi naona tukiweka rules, tukiweka laws, zifuatwe tu. kama tumesema hivi ndio vile kutakuwa kukua hivyo, set inafika time nyingine tunaanza kubadilisha rules and then we have to go through the codes and drag na hiyo pia ni finances na ina take a lot of time. So tukikubaliana ni hivi ndio tumesema 1 2 3, that is how we are supposed to play. Tuachane na siasa ndani ya football. Football inafaa kuwa independent, ichezwe kama football. Wanasiasa na siasa zao and the other influences ziende place ingine. Otherwise if we continue doing this, hatuta grow kama ligi ya Kenya. Haita grow, tutakuwa nenda back and forth. Na unaona pia inaumiza talent. Sababu sasa kama kila time uko engrossed kwa hii vita ya back and forth, you don't even have time to grow. You don't even time to grow hata financially. Talent yako pita potelea tu hapo katikati. So it's for once and for all to agree, if this is how things are being done, tunafanya hivyo and everybody complies.
Understand also our very own Alan Zuki is on the ground following up on a certain tournament. Alan Zuki, if he can give us an update of what is happening on the ground, ni tona gani hii na usukina nani? Tuambie Alan, what is happening huko mali huko?
Yes, Duncan Mutua, always a pleasure to join you right here at Sports Extravaganza. It's quite a gloomy Saturday evening, and however for me, I'm always lively as ever because right now at the Kenyatta University grounds, we're having the Playbook Corporate Tournament because we're here to celebrate the wellness of employees. Remember, it's been a mental wellness month and we wrap it up in sportswear because remember, nothing has the ability to bring out the mental wellness of people the way sports does. And here at the Playbook Tournament, we're having over 16 corporate teams, Duncan, participating in this showpiece because we're trying to celebrate, or rather, they're trying to celebrate the wellness of the staff. I'm talking about the people who work day in, day out, every day of the week, just to make sure the company is able to earn their money. Right now, I'm joined by probably one of the organizers of the tournament. I mean, you know, starting with your name, just tell me, why this tournament? Why today? What's so special about this tournament? And how has the day been so far? Because, Duncan, as you can see behind me, the games are going on in the quarterfinal stage right now. So just start with your name. Tell me, how has the tournament been? Why this tournament? Tell me, just give me a brief history of the tournament.
All right, thank you. My name is Adrian Akal. The tournament today, the reception is quite good. The weather has been awesome for us. We thought it was about to rain, but that hasn't happened, and we thank God for that. This tournament is geared to corporate wellness. As you've said very well, that sedentary lifestyle is something that is associated with corporate lifestyle, and we are trying to kick that out. And we hope that this is the start of many tournaments that we are going to have as Pinovet Consultant Limited. Yeah.
So looking at you, you know, you have had over 16 teams come to the tournament. Just tell me, how are you able to gather all these corporate teams? Because I'm seeing some of the big names in the corporate world here for this tournament. So how are you able to gather all these teams in such notice for the first ever edition of this tournament?
I think since inception, we've had some outreach. Social media outreach, and basically we've also been doing other programs with them. Programs that also is geared towards wellness, things like team building, things like sports and clubs activities within their corporate setup. So I think the outreach has been amazing, so amazing, and that is how we've been able to reach all of them.
Thank you so much. All the best. I like your English so much. You can hear the excitement because, like I said, Duncan, it is quite a gloomy Saturday. However, despite the cloudy weather, we've not yet been lucky enough to experience the rain, Duncan. And just like you've had, you're trying to celebrate the wellness of the people here, the employees who give their all day to day to ensure that everything goes as planned. And right now I'm joined by one of the organizing committee, actually the chairman of the organizing committee, of course, Mr. Starting with your name. Just tell me, you know, your title, of course. Just tell me how the day has been, you know, why this tournament, why today, how important it is for the mental wellness of the people who put in their job, their work every day just to be able to, you know, get a living.
Now, my name is Sweeney Mtala. I'm a recreation and sports consultant with Pinovet Group Consultants Limited. It's a very beautiful day. We've had to bring 16 corporate teams to come and connect, play with each other, interact. Most importantly, this tournament is about promoting employee wellness through recreation and sports.
So looking at the grounds today, we are having quite the turn-up because, 16 teams as well as some high-key supporters. And also, the weather has been kind to you because it has not yet rained. Just tell me, what do you need to achieve, apart from the wellness? So what do you need to celebrate to be able to bring out all these teams here to participate? And also, what are the cash prizes? Will there be money? And where will the money go? Just a brief history on the tournament.
You've asked about the cash prizes, and we are not offering any cash prizes. However, the winner walks away with, of course, medals, trophies, and the winning team, we are going to provide them with a complimentary 3 months of corporate fitness and wellness, which is basically still our service.
What do you mean by, wellness and fitness? You're going to be training them for 3 months straight?
Yes, we'll give them complimentary. So we'll take aerobics, Zumba, yoga, calisthenics to their offices, because fitness and wellness basically needs to be very affordable. Most importantly, it needs to be very accessible, and it needs to be something everybody consumes. So the winning team will walk away with that. You've made me give a secret. It was actually supposed to be a secret, but anyway, it's okay.
Thank you so much. I like money, but I have to agree with that. Fitness is compulsory. Thank you so much, Sweeney. Of course, you've had the winner gets complimentary fitness and health packages, which means they'll be getting aerobics, Zumba, and all of that. Trust me, I would have gone for the money, Duncan. You know me, I love the money. But trust me, that makes so much sense. And that's right now, as we wind up, I'm joined by yet another member of the organizing committee, starting with your names. You're a coordinator, yeah? You're starting with your name. Just tell me, how crucial is this tournament? Because I'm looking at you seem very passionate today. You seem like you're enjoying your day. You seem like you're having a smooth day. Just tell me, how has it been so far?
So far, the event has been running well. We have been having all the teams participating, coming on time, and the teams have been enjoying so far. And currently, as you can see the matches behind you, we're having our quarterfinals. And on the other 4 pitches, we are currently running the quarterfinals. The matches are going on well, and we are hoping that we finish on time, and we hope the players have the best time of their lives.
Speaking about the players, are these players from the corporate? Because I'm looking at them, they're so talented. You saw they're not poached.
No, sir. Currently, we have all the credentials. These are workers from all those corporate entities. We hope that all the institutions fielded the right players, because from the list we have, all the players that are participating are part of the corporate world.
Thank you so much for that, and all the best. Thank you so much. Duncan. Oh, there's a goal that has been scored. Look at the joy you're looking at that. I think that is a Arif team that is playing against Ken Poly. That's the joy, Duncan. That's why we love their beautiful game. However, allow me to return you back, Duncan, in studio, and I hope that we can join you later in the subsequent 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. bulletins, because I do assure you, it is about to go down.
Alan Zuki and that signature sign out of it's about to go down. When will it go down anyway? Anyway, still here, TV47 Sports Extravaganza. We're having that question of the day, and then I can see the feedback, how you guys are interacting with us on the big night today. Arsenal playing against PSG, the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League tonight in the final. Our WhatsApp number ndio hapo. Give us your feedback. What do you think of what do you think of tonight's Champions League final? Number WhatsApp iko hapo, so text us, tuambie wewe ni shabiki wa timu gani, and which team are you supporting today? Do you think there be silence because tunasema may PSG save us from noise pollution tonight? Anyway, we're having Mwalimu, we're having Edgar, and we're having Kochari yuko pale. Namiso is a big fan of rugby. Just an update of what is happening in the rugby.
We have the Enterprise Cup finals happening today at the RFUEA grounds. That is Cabras against the Black Pirates from Uganda. Remember, Cabras tuko na 5 pits ya Kenya Cup. Na saizi pia Enterprise Cup tumekuwa tukiwin from 2019. So of course we are expecting yet another win today, and it's lovely. Watu wenye wako hapo wenye wanaona, na sisi wengine pia wenye tuko mbali, lakini bado we are anticipating a very very big win. It's good to see how Cabras is dominating rugby both locally na pia across East Africa. It's a good thing.
That's an Enterprise Cup.
Yes.
Enterprise Cup.
Ati mbona napenda rugby? Mbona nisipende rugby?
Mbona napenda football?
Wacha nijibu bro.
Come on.
I am a lady who enjoys sports and I enjoy all sports and rugby just happens to be my favorite.
Same way pia napenda kuwatch volleyball ya ladies. Hata mimi napenda sana.
Wewe naona rugby yako.
Ni sawa guys.
No.
Yeah. Napenda sports zote. Napenda sports zote. Thank you Namiso for just giving us an update to what is happening in the rugby world. I understand you're a big fan of rugby.
Absolutely.
And one of the key stakeholders anyway. Guys, before we talk about PSG and UEFA Champions League final, Crystal Palace winning that
Conference League. Yeah?
Conference League. Them just winning it. After last season they won the FA Cup, qualifying again. What a good job their coach is doing. Wacha nianze na Namiso.
I've won.
Namiso, Crystal Palace.
Wako sawa. I think they're doing a good job. Coach wao pia amepambana nao. So yeah, sina maoni mengi kuwahusu.
Unasema iko sawa tu.
Sasa okay.
Niulize mimi before Edgar.
Okay.
Niulize mimi before Edgar.
So listen.
Tafadhali.
You know the problem with that Conference League, it gave Chelsea false hope.
Yeah. I told you.
You understand? This is what happened. Chelsea together with Maresca.
Why are you mentioning Chelsea? Talk about Crystal Palace winning the conference. No,
can you say something, Mike?
He's bringing the point home.
I'm trying to drive a point home.
You've mentioned Chelsea twice in one sentence.
You know I'm okay, I'm a champion.
They are defending champions.
Go ahead. Okay.
They are the defending champions. Chelsea.
Yes, they were the defending champions of the conference cup, and they did not qualify. They finished the league in the 10th place.
Jesus.
They didn't qualify. Actually, Man U waliwasaidia kwa kupiga Brighton and they failed to qualify.
That is so painful.
This is my point. Chelsea
is protecting him.
After winning the Conference League, wakakuwa na very false hope kwamba wana timu nzuri ambayo wangekwenda na kushinda ligi.
Is the topic Chelsea
the following season?
The topic is about Conference League and Chelsea are one of the teams that won.
But you asked about Crystal Palace winning, not Chelsea.
It's referring
you relax, I'm coming to that.
So Edgar endelea na point yako.
So my point is,
I'm going to protect you.
Yes, protect me. Protect the champion. So my point is kwamba inakuonyesha viwango vya Conference League. Conference League ni it's just like any other trophy. It's a trophy that can be won by a bottom half team in the table.
Has no point.
Crystal Palace wamemaliza katika nafasi ya 14 katika ligi kuu nchini Uingereza. Chelsea wamemaliza katika nafasi ya 10 kukuonyesha viwango vya tournament ile. Kwamba it's just
Chelsea were participating, they are beating teams 8.
Yes, exactly.
Danko, we cannot
inakuonyesha hata mseto wakijipanga vizuri they can win it.
Kikwangu mimi
no bro relax.
Nikiongezea kwa huyu nilikaribu naye niongezee na pia nimkosoe kidogo ni kwamba Chelsea, si ndio? Chelsea wana machungu zaidi. Na Chelsea cha ajabu ile conference. By the way, congratulations kwa Crystal Palace kushinda. Si kweli? Wengi hawakutarajia kama wanaweza shinda. Lakini tukikia hapa kwa hii timu Chelsea, hata kuqualify hiyo conference wameshindwa sababu hawahitimu, hawana uwezo,
Danko I'll walk out. I'll leave this to
hawana nguvu ya kushiriki katika hiyo kombe tena sababu hawapo.
Are we talking about Chelsea or Palace?
The banter, then you're allowed to.
No, but now you have to accept that. There's no way to Titanic.
Now you can talk.
Now can I talk?
Yes.
Can I speak?
In-depth analysis
so,
only.
The Mr. Man, the Mr. Champion, talking about Chelsea here.
Crystal Palace.
At least Crystal Palace wako na a European trophy.
We are speaking about Conference League.
Conference is European.
No wonder I'm saying.
Yes, it's international.
Focus on that.
It's international. Now, can you protect me the same way you are? So, actually, as we speak, Crystal Palace is bigger than Arsenal. As we speak, they have a European trophy before hawa majamaa.
Unajua majamaa wanacheza leo usiku.
So, hao majamaa wanacheza leo usiku na bado ni kierere tu wako nayo. Hakuna kitu. Wewe unaongelelea kitu haija happen. So tafadhali, kabla muwini hiyo trophy, do not address me.
Okay.
Guys, we are talking about Crystal Palace, guys.
Sasa ona. Okay, when they were talking about Chelsea, you did not tell them that. So now you are telling me
Crystal Palace, their flowers.
Yes, what I'm saying.
Talk about the quality of the Conference League.
I am finishing up. Before they win a European trophy, do not talk about Crystal Palace or Chelsea, because Palace is bigger than you. So win first. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Michael.
The quality of Conference League.
I totally spoke about the quality. It shows the kind of quality, because watu wanashinda hiki kombe ni number 14 kwa ligi zao.
How can he know the quality na hajai cheza na hajai shinda?
Sasa sijai maliza number 14,
but hujawahi hauna European trophy, so you've never qualified for any.
Sijamaliza number 14.
Yes, please.
Real Madrid and Chelsea. Which club is the biggest in there?
Real Madrid.
Why?
Because most
and Chelsea have won all the European.
Yes. No.
They have won all the European trophies.
No, I can tell you this, Danko.
What?
Pia ukiniuliza hivyo, unajua tukiangalia timu gani ambayo ni kubwa tunaangalia success. Even right now as we speak, Real Madrid is the club ambayo imekuwa na pesa nyingi, imeingiza pesa nyingi zaidi kifuatwa na Man United. So you cannot tell me that nitakaa hapa kwa sababu I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, but not delusional as Arsenal fan.
Okay, let me say Bayern Munich and Chelsea then.
Bayern Munich and Chelsea. Really, I cannot go toe-to-toe to compare these teams. But again, in terms of success, Bayern Munich is bigger than Chelsea.
Why is it that Bayern Munich is bigger than Chelsea and Chelsea have won all the European leagues?
Yes, they have won. But Bayern Munich ikona champions nyingi zaidi kuliko Chelsea.
Do you define success by
ule ndiye host.
No.
I cannot be questioned by an Arsenal fan mwenye hana European trophy.
Muulize, nimekubalisha. I have all the rights to allow you to ask.
Nimekuuliza swali. Do we define success by European trophies?
Yes, of course.
So if you define success by European trophies, it basically means
Arsenal bado iko chini. Because haina European.
Na tukiingia timu
that is the meaning.
A big night.
Stamp.
All right.
Shindeni kwanza hii kitu. Na ndio nakwambia kama wapenzi wa soka duniani kote wana uwezo, wapige magoti waombe hawa watu wasishinde hii kitu. Because if they win,
Danko,
hata hiyo kiti unakalia itakuwa moto.
Mwalimu is a gentleman, he doesn't love noise.
Mimi namalizia hivi.
Malizia mwalimu.
Yeye ajuangi timu ana support.
Huyu ni wakuama huyu ni wakuama, ni kuama ataama huyu. Ataama huyu.
Mimi Chelsea fan, Arimu anaangalia kidebo mbaya. Si tuko mbaya, Danko.
Tuongee usiku sababu even the viewers anauliza hii game unaongelea saa ngapi. Nikisoma tu comments about the question of the day, if Kanash and Bonib the producer can just put the question of the day there, na pia namba ya WhatsApp hapo tuendelee tuna conversation. Ndio your question of the day on your screen there. Good evening. Hajaniambia jina but chenye amesema ni sawa. Still talking matters to do with the Champions League tonight. Vivian from Mombasa, thank you. Anasema siku zote Arsenal watafunga 3. Vivian from Mombasa, shukran sana. I'm an Arsenal fan but PSG gonna win this. Hiyo nilikuwa nimeipitia. Hello Bernard from Bunyala, Busia County. Arsenal will win then game ni saa ngapi? The game itakuwa inaanza saa 1 exact. Not the initial time yenye games zilikuwa zinaanza saa 4. Tonight UEFA Champions League final will kick off at 7 p.m. saa 1. So it's like 1 hour to go for the UEFA Champions League final to kick off. There's a final pia lineup tutakuwa kusomea. Kuna mwingine anasema hello TV 47. Arsenal itafanya mambo yake leo kushinda. Please TV 47. Arsenal ikishinda UEFA Champions League nipe mwaliko. Huyo ni chef. Shukran sana. Tumesikia ombi lako. Sam Juma kutoka Kamega, PSG kichwa. Shukran sana kwa ujumbe wako mfupi. Jambo ni paparazi, nauliza hii game ya kati ya PSG ni saa ngapi? Ni saa 1. Shukran sana paparazi. Ni Wakulima FC Solo kutoka Naivasha Club Management. Huyo ni club manager wa Wakulima FC kutoka Naivasha. Umepatana na Wakulima mseto? Bado. KPL.
Bado labda.
Anajibu kuhusu KPL. Mnapana nao next season.
Next season.
Anasema KPL ndo shida from marketing and merchandising. So ndo maana what is happening with the Gor Mahia. Okelo from Wombulezi, Uganda, watching TV47. Thanks for your programs. Shukran sana for watching TV47 Sports Extravaganza. From Tom South B, anasema Arsenal will lift the trophy for the first time. So tonight, this is their night, anasema hivyo. Good evening TV47. Are you going to show the game between PSG? We are going to give you an in-depth analysis and also live updates of what of the game. Thank you Deno from Naivasha. Huyu ashanipea prediction yake, anajita BM PSG 3 Arsenal 1. Arsenal will win. Huyu ni John Weru. Shukran sana John Weru. And Godwin anasema Godwin Odhiambo kutoka Dhiwa, PSG to win 2-1 against Arsenal. PSG, mafano Arsenal mko wapi? Tuambieni timu zenu, timu gani your prediction. Anaitwa Hunter from Watamu watching live. Okay. Chege Oklow, today Arsenal must win 3-0. Chelsea is the world champion and will just be loitering in England, not even in the continental of Europe. Huyu anajita alama anasema the guy
hapandi ndege hao.
Anasema mwalimu is too emotional talking of Chelsea.
Mwalimu is too emotional. Unajua mwalimu has no side. He doesn't know whether he is.
Unaiongelea ukiwa so emotional, ataki mbili za mwisho. Kanash, mbili za mwisho. Arsenal to win 3-1 please. Sawa tu. Question of the day, PSG must win. Watu wa champions hawa bana. James anasema Chelsea ni timu kubwa.
Danko.
Bye.
Danko. Do you know?
Ya mwisho basi. David from Murungaru. I'm Arsenal fan. Hii show ni ya mafans. So, tunawapea space pia wanaongea. Guys, a big night tonight. Ulikuwa sema nini kwanza before?
Do you respect those fans by the way? Kama wengine delusional sana. We respect you guys.
Tulia.
Weka kikombe yako ipi.
Tulia. A big night tonight, guys. UEFA Champions League. In-depth analysis. Fans anangoja pale asikie chenye you guys chenye mnasema pale.
Before niingie.
Sasa mweshi unataka nianze na nani?
Pole. Before niingie ndio uanze na hawa.
Nianze na wewe.
There's a report ambayo imetoka ambayo inasema timu ya Arsenal ndio iliweza kusaidiwa zaidi. No, not really the word kusaidiwa, but decisions za VAR zili impact matokeo ya Arsenal more than any other team in England.
Yeah.
That kulikuwa kwa decisions zote zenye zilimekiwa, kulikuwa na 3 red cards na 3 penalties zenye walipewa hawakufaa kupewa.
Move on. That is pain.
I just needed to say that.
Move on.
Because wao ama jamaa wanachezanga boxing, especially during set pieces.
Why don't you box your way to
number 4? I have the floor.
Oh, sorry.
So when, by the way, ama jamaa this season peke yake, even in the Champions League, 64 set pieces zenye wametumia ndio wa box watu. So sahizi I am told that they are busy. Ndio wanakoroga sasa simiti ya kujenga ukuta. They are not planning to play football tonight. They are planning to build a
when you go to a match. When you go to a match.
Umempea nafasi ya kubonga ama ni mimi?
Okay, endelea.
Mpatia ongea, anataka kuongea.
When you go to a match, a football match, yeye ni kocha anajua. Wacha hata nizungumze, acha niachane na wewe. Wewe kama kocha wa Mseto. Kocha wa Mseto FC.
Yes, me.
Umesimama katika touchline.
Alifutwa, siku hizi si kocha.
Wacha tu nimpe angalau title juu Chelsea hawana title. Wewe kama kocha wa Mseto FC, umesimama katika touchline, name first 11, unaenda katika mechi. Aim ya kuingia kwa hiyo mechi ni kufanya nini? Kushinda. Does it matter kama nitakunyonga, kama si nataka kushinda?
He's proving it.
The end justifies the means.
Yes. Mimi niko hapo kushinda.
Mlibebwa.
Kubebwa na nani?
No, he's proved. Bwana amesema nini?
Kubebwa na nani?
No, amesema nini?
Na referee.
Nisikilize, kubebwa na nani?
Edgar maliza tuongelee hiki.
Kuna nini? Kuna season yenye the same Chelsea, Jose Mourinho akiwa coach. Jose Mourinho alikuwa anatumia haram tactics. Hata wachana na Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta ni mtu ameokoka, hana mambo mingi. Mikel Arteta anakwenda katika mchuano kushinda mechi. Jose Mourinho alikuwa anakupiga moja, anaweka basi.
That is a tactical.
Akishaweka basi,
yes.
Ukiguza mchezaji wa Chelsea wakati ule, analala chini for so long. So if that was Mourinho's tactic, wachana na
sisi
kila mtu acheze na tactic. Kila mtu sawa guys hivi. Tactically nani anashinda leo tactically sasa?
Okay.
Na front yako hakuna mtu atakuintercept.
Well, honestly,
protect.
Now banter aside.
Yeah.
Okay, banter aside. It will be a good match honestly tonight. Both sides are good honestly. Despite the fact that kuna hizo manini tumeona za VAR nini, Arsenal have been outstanding, and honestly I feel one of the person ambaye ameshikilia Arsenal is David Raya. Raya has been a very huge player this season. Now both sides definitely 4-3-3 formation. With the, of course, speed pale upande wa PSG in attack. So Arsenal really have to be very, very careful, especially during the defending phase, because PSG will tend to use wings. And if at all Arsenal will start Mosquera on the right wing, it might be a problem. However, they are all fit. Arteta has a fit squad. Everyone is good. So nafikiri leo lazima apambane. Mosquera atapata shida kwenye hiyo wing kama ataanza, kwa sababu hayuko mzuri katika
already ameanza, so the lineup is already out.
Mosquera ameanza?
Yeah. The likes of
kimetangazwa. I can tell you the truth.
So the both coaches have opted for a 4-3-3 formation with the likes of Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho and Mendes on the back line, and then Ruiz, Vitinha and Neves standing on the midfield with the Dou, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia on the attacking side. And for the Arsenal side, Mikel Arteta has also opted for a 4-3-3 formation with Incapi, Gabriel Saliba and Mosquera as the defense. Lewis Skelly, Declan Rice and Odegaard will be on the midfield. Trossard, Havertz and Saka will be on the striking force. On the substitute side, Calafiori, Eze, Gabriel Jesus, Gyökeres, Madueke, Martinelli, Merino, Timber and Zubimedi on the Arsenal side. And then on the PSG side, Bacola, Chavelia, Fernandes again. Fernandes and Hernandez will be starting on the bench. Mayulu, Baez, Gabriel Ramos and Zaire Emery. PSG one missing player, while on the Arsenal side, Ben White will be missing due to knee injury.
Yeah, so I was saying, of course, the 4-3-3 formation, you defend with Arsenal. I'm very sure attend on a 4-4-2 defending formation in his own half, because lazima tu try kuziba nafasi zote. It's the best in terms of defending a quick side like PSG, honestly. But I think this is a game that will be won by mistakes. But I don't know why I believe that tutakuwa na over 4.5 today. Tutakuwa na over 4.5 na tunajua mahali zinaenda. So mimi kwa yule ambaye ajipange vilivyo, watu watalia. And I'm trying. Please allow me to finish by giving.
Leo nimesema
by giving advice to girlfriends, wives,
the Arsenal fans.
All those spouses who are Arsenal fans. Please, lala mapema and avoid him. Avoid him at all cost. Mkate miti.
All right.
Also,
the girlfriends and the wives are a big fan of football, so I guess they will be also watching the football. A big night tonight, PSG playing against Arsenal in the UEFA Champions League. But we have a lot to discuss, we have a lot to get in depth, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to the big night, the UEFA Champions League final. So usiondoke, because I can see the comments. Nisome mbili kabla tuende break. William huyu anasema Buga here from Kisia hajanipea prediction yake. Ni swali tu ameuliza. William here from God bless Arsenal to win God blessed Arsenal to win EPL title, and God will bless Arsenal to win the UEFA Champions League, the God of football, I believe. VAR facts. Let's be factual. Ameniekea hapo venye Arsenal walibebwa. Arsenal can't win the UEFA Champions League. Trials not numb, but the noise will end very soon from now. Utali Godfrey from Kangemi. Godfrey, shukran sana from Kangemi. The boys go to enjoy themselves. Ile team ni mbaya. Sema PSG 0 Arsenal 2. Win nani huyo? Thanks for the show. Shukran sana. PSG 4-2. Huyo ameshaniekea. Niambia PSG 4-2, hajaniambia jina lakini naona anajiita Propel. Hello guys, Alex from Kericho. PSG to win. Arsenal waendelee kuact series pale Netflix ya next season in the UEFA Champions League. Muna banta. Joseph Ovita, shukran sana from Embu County, anasema Arsenal will win 1-0 and will go on to dominate it in the Europa League for the next 5 years. Ndovu ni cool. Let's take a short break, but usiondoke because we have a lot to talk when it comes to this fixture, this UEFA Champions League final. Usiondoke.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me. Nitumie ni line.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here?
Yes.
You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi.
And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage.
Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47.
I just want to be in the zone.
Nairobi, where the hustle never sleeps and neither do the scammers.
Link Up, we are talking about something that's affecting all of us. We are talking trust.
We're diving into the campus life.
I just want to be in the zone.
Stay fresh, stay safe,
Stay linked up.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in East and Central Africa and its environment.
This is a very serious place.
I see that.
Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here?
Yes.
You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi.
And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage.
You have to be very careful. Fake money can kill business.
Na leo mko rada yangu. Small money, kapesa kadogo, big behavior.
I only have big notes.
Alikuwa anatafuta courage.
Yaani nafaje kutengeneza kachumbari na manyanya zinakaa hivi? Ona kiki ni kama kiwaru.
Hiyo ni tonga commitment to the lie. Amejicommit.
Ndio hiyo. Mpatie.
Unajua kama una mtu kitu, hata tu salamu ya kawaida inakaa kama reminder.
Habari yako?
Wana ile nguvu ya kwamba ni nguvu, yani wana ile nguvu ya kwamba Premier League yani wameshinda, unaona? Na chingine ni kuhusu last 4 matches Arsenal haijafungwa hata bao moja. Unaona? Hawajafungwa hata bao moja. Na ukiangalia upande wa PSG the last 5 matches unapata PSG wamelisu game 2, wakaenda draw moja na wakashinda 2.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo tukiingia katika Champions League, hizo ni rekodi za Premier League na French Ligue 1. Tukiingia katika Champions League, utapata katika hii mibambe ya soka mikubwa pale Europe, ambao ni kina Arsenal, kina Barcelona. Wakati wamekutana, ndo narudi tena kwa Michael kule mwisho kwa kochare kule. Unapata yani walikuwa wakikutana quarter ama second round, unapata watu wanachapana mabao 6, 4-3, 4 ngapi. Kwa hivyo hii ni game ambayo itakuwa rahisi, ni game ambayo inatarajiwa kuwa na msisimko wa hali ya juu sana, sababu ukiangalia hata wamekutana mara kama I think mara 7, hiyo kila mtu akapata wini 2-2, draw 3.
Yeah.
Na zile game ziliisha 2-1, nyingine imeisha 2-2 draw, alafu nyingine imeisha Arsenal wakashinda 2-0. Kwa hivyo definitely hapa kulingana na mimi naona huu mchuano ukienda katika hatua ya extra time, sababu hao watu wamecheza na ukiangalia
kuna extra time bana.
Ukiangalia wamecheza, lakini ukiangalia wako nguvu sawa. Totally. Ukiangalia Arsenal katika defense ni wazuri zaidi katika huu msimu. Ni wazuri zaidi hata kushinda hiyo PSG. Kwa hivyo hii game itakuwa ni game ambayo ina msisimko wa hali ya juu sana. Na natarajia 90 minutes inaweza kuwa 1-1, ikakuwa 2-2, hata ikakuwa 0-0. Haitakuwa rahisi sana uinuke uwekelee kichwa mtu yeyote katika hii mechi.
Na pia I think pia Luis Enrique will be so atakuwa so cautious because of what happened in the final of the World what? World Club Championship. He'll be so, because aliingia tu venye anataka, alikuja tu akaingia akapigwa 4. Today atakuwa so tactical, hata approach hiyo game vile anataka, si ndio?
Ndio mimi nikiongezea kitu kidogo tu. Ligi ya Ufaransa na ligi ya Uingereza ni ligi mbili tofauti. Uingereza iko na nguvu, timu nyingi zina nguvu kushinda pale Ufaransa. Sababu ukiangalia hatari, PSG ni wazuri wenyewe, ni champions wa hiyo nini Champions League. Lakini sasa ukiangalia mechi 5 zimeisha, wamefungwa game 2, wakaenda nyingine 2-2. Kwa nini wanaruhusu mabao yanaingia? Umeelewa? Lakini wanacheza na champion wa Uingereza, whereby ile ligi ya Uingereza ni tight kiasi. Na ukiangalia Arsenal game ile za mwisho hawaja concede hata bao moja, hawajafungwa hata bao moja, wameshinda zote na hawajafungwa hata bao moja. Kwa hivyo definitely mimi naona PSG Hata wao wenyewe ndio wana wakati mgumu kwa hii mechi ya leo.
Edgar, let's look at some of the stats and streaks. 11 of PSG's 16 UEFA Champions League games this season saw both team to score. So wewe nifunge nikupige unifunge. Unaelewa? 10 of the PSG's last 13 competitive wins were accompanied by a clean sheet. And then just 3 of Arsenal's last 9 games saw both teams score. Defensive wise, they are so good. They are Arteta side. Arsenal have trailed for just 43 minutes in this season UEFA Champions League. Wamejipata nyuma just for only 43 minutes.
Okay. So kujipata nyuma lakini kwa hii finali hatujipati. Let me start off this way. I want to be tactical, nataka kuweka ushabiki kando. I talk football, unlike my colleague. So
because they are 3.
Mwenye anajijua I don't mention names. Ataanza kuwa emotional. So if you look at the two teams, you know, let me start off by people are saying the fact that Arsenal has never won the Champions League, which is true. Before 2012, the night in Munich, Chelsea had not won the Champions League. So it means there is a first time in everything. Number 2, mi kitu nilikuwa naomba Mungu sana tupatane na PSG.
Okay, yes.
Nilikuwa nimekaa nimeomba kwa sababu ingekuwa Bayern tungeshinda rahisi. Na sisi si watu wa kutaka kushinda rahisi kama wenzetu pale 2012. So if you look at now the match, Arteta is approaching it on a tactical level, a tactical way in terms of playing Lewis Kelly. Lewis Kelly ni beki ambaye anaweza bana na ni mtu ambaye anaweza cheza katika midfield. Na this game will be won in the midfield. Kwa sababu unapoangalia the 3 midfielders from PSG, I'm speaking of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha na Joao Neves. Wale jamani wazuri sana kwa transitional football. Na if you look at even the quality of football in France compared to the quality of football in England it's more of a robotic type of football. Kwa sababu makocha wengi wanafuata a certain structure, a certain type of way to play. But in France, in Spain, in Germany, it's more of, we see a lot of flair football in terms of, utapata winger ana take on 1, 2, 3 players na anafunga bao. It's very unlikely in the English Premier League. That brings the question of the quality of football in the English Premier League. I don't feel like it's top tier. It's more of a robotic type of football. So coming to this game, I believe Mikel Arteta, kwanza mimi naomba sana ikuwe tu kona kichwa moja, yani hata sitaki bao mingi, 1-0 iwaume.
Kwani unataka kulia?
Iwaume. Waseme hii timu inafunga na makona,
wacha ongea,
iwaume.
Wacha ongea
yote kwa roho.
Sim noise, wacha piga make noise.
Toa yote kwa roho, toa yote kwa roho.
Haja wanaongea sana na hata hawaje.
Utulia malize, nitakwambia time yako.
Mimi unajua,
you have your 1 minute.
So for me, I'm going for a 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. Even though PSG are very good in transitional football, kwa sababu PSG wakitangulia kufunga, Arteta kidogo atababaika na
atafungua.
Atatanua.
Acha uoga bro.
Ukitanua, PSG watakufanya mbaya. But we stick to the tactics. Sisi ni 1-0 tunabana.
Guys, we have less than 3 minutes here for us to be done with the PSG and UEFA Champions League final analysis. Mwalimu, dakika yako moja.
Mimi nawaambia leo wa Kenya muangalieni mechi mkijua kwamba conference iko ndani ya Uingereza, Europa League ndani ya Uingereza na Aston Villa,
Champions
League ndani ya Uingereza na Arsenal.
Waambie
safi yangu ni hayo tu.
By the way, it will be
nataka yako umemaliza.
Mimi nataka tu
30 seconds.
Ngoja mkate.
Mimi naomba mtazamaji aliye pale nyumbani, geukia mwenzako mwambie Arsenal ni mbaya. Iti ni mbaya.
Yes, I repeat, PSG wana walk in wakiwa fresh sana na tumeona squad yao. So leo ni Saka vs Dembele. Tuone nani ni nani. But vile tu mimi nilisema from the word go, sijui ni nani atashinda sababu naona wote wanapimana nguvu na wote wanatoshana. So may the best team win. Sijasema ni Arsenal, sijasema ni PSG, but may the best win.
Apostle Monica, thank you. He's saying Arsenal will win. Maliza, funga. Nimekupea time yako. 2 minutes.
Kuna haja gani ujipige kifua ati sisi ni unbeaten, alafu you get beaten kwa game ya mwisho, that matters the most, because that is what is happening tomorrow. I mean tonight. Wanagongwa. Let me tell you something. Tactically, Arteta will tend to sit back first. In the first 10-15 minutes, he will tend to sit back because I feel hii ni game yenye Enrique pia atataka kumwangalia. And honestly speaking, I think Eze angekuwa more better kuanza kuliko Odegaard. But anyway, as I finish, I have said and I will say it again. Kina mama na nini mlale mapema. Number 2, hawa majamaa walikuwa wamekonda for the past 22 years. Wamekuwa wamekonda, wengine wamehama, ndio wale wa Man City sasa. Unajua sasa hakuna fana kwa Man City, wote wamerudi Arsenal. Ndio hao unaona in CBD wamerudi everyone. Kwa nini unafikiria jezi za Arsenal zimeisha town? Ni juu wale wa Man City wamerudi home juu wameshinda. So walikuwa wamekonda, sasa hii wamenona sasa kwa sababu wameanza kunona. I can tell you, mimi nawekelea tao ngapi? Arsenal inapigwa. Edgar wekele pia yeye. Kesho anitumie.
Alright guys, shukran sana. Tukitoka hapa ni game tuna watch, ndio? Ba Prince na
tao 3. Awekele pia yeye.
So Edgar na mwalimu, shukran sana. But mshapeana prediction. After this tuenda kuona game. After this tuna watch game. Just to read some comments alafu to transition. Tony Kwalanda is also in the standby to give us what is happening in Samburu for the 2026 Rhino Charge. You anapiga simu. Don't usipige simu. Wanasema Arsenal against the world, kindly PSG do us justice. Ajaniambia jina. Alafu good evening, Arsenal must win. David from Marungaru. Fuliza mafansu wa England wana kazi ya Arsenal wasaidike na nini. Anasema uliza Kamiso, mimi nikaisoma kama fuliza. Wengine anasema huyo anasema mnachuki yani. Dismas Rabin from Turbo. Anyway, usiondoke. Tony Kwalanda akiwa Samburu ana nini? Tumsikize.
Indeed, Duncan, as you've rightly said, we are actually underway or in the middle sort of the 2026 Rhino Charge. Now, I'm standing right in a riverbed. I don't know if that's the correct English, but I'm just in a riverbed. And this is Ewasonyiro. On a normal day where I'm standing, this river will be full of water and I'll be swept away. But today, of course, it's a dry season and the river is not that big for this particular occasion. And this is a section commonly known as the Gauntlet. Now, the Gauntlet is an area, special area in this particular competition where drivers navigate or circumnavigate through different checkpoints. Now, it is very special because fans, spectators, supporters, enthusiasts can actually have a vantage position from the different locations where they can see the cars moving from one checkpoint to the other checkpoint to the other checkpoint, seeing them using the winches and all those things just to ensure they do all these checkpoints. And all the 65 drivers are expected, Duncan, to really go through this particular gauntlet. And it offers an opportunity now for the fans now to, to support and to see how the drivers can actually go test them in their driving skills, the runners, the navigator, and also the driver. I've seen several drivers, they're just right behind these yellow flags that you're seeing right behind there. 2 drivers are stuck in a section, and we've witnessed earlier on, of course, at this particular gauntlet when I arrived here, drivers were having a difficult time really going through this area that looks easy to the eye, but for the drivers, it is not as simple as you might think. Remember, we have 13 checkpoints in this particular Rhino Charge. And this Rhino Charge, remember, it is very simple. The one who emerges victorious is a driver who goes through all the 13 checkpoints in the shortest distance possible. So they started off at 6:30 a.m. and they're expected to finish not later than 7 p.m. or not later than 6 p.m. They're supposed to be back in camp. then organizers now will have the difficult, daunting task of now getting the parameters, the timings, and putting the timings together to find who the driver won or which crew emerged victorious. Remember, we have different categories in this competition, but there will be an overall winner. And we already know that 2025 overall winner was Team Huzi. So this year, who are they going to be able to defend this particular competition? Will it be Mark Glenn? Will it be Gecko Chargers? Will it be AK-44? Who will be emerging victorious? That we'll be able to find out on Sunday morning, Duncan, when, of course, we are being told that top government officials, I'm also being told maybe His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, is expected to be awarding the winners of the different categories right here in Wamba, Samburu County. Earlier on, of course, we were able to see the governor of Samburu County who actually officially flagged off this particular competition, and we expect more dignitaries. Remember, of course, this competition is of course, being organized by different government agencies. The wildlife, talk about wildlife, the tourism, sports, and other government agencies are right here. So we're expecting those top government officials will be here on Sunday morning to award and reward. However, just the most important thing about this competition is that each competitor usually pledges a certain amount or raises amounts of money, different amounts of money for different crews that are actually channeled towards the conservation initiatives, one of them being the fencing and protecting the water catchment areas in Kenya. Water catchment areas, the Aberdares, Mount Kenya, Mount Elgon, Cherengani, all those. The efforts by Rhino Arc or Rhino Charitable Trust is to ensure that they fence. Already they have done about 900 kilometers of fencing to ensure that we protect our water catchment areas. Also, this competition is currently happening in a community. Now, this community right here will not only be the ones to not only benefit, but the entire ecosystem here. Before this competition is usually done, Duncan, the organizers, government agencies usually hold thorough meetings, meeting after another. They hold this meeting with the community, discuss about how the importance of this particular event to the community. And in fact, after the event is over, a certain amount of funds are usually channeled to a specific project in the community. In last events that I've watched, I've actually witnessed, we've seen, of course, schools benefiting from this particular competition, hospitals benefiting from this particular competition. So it is actually a win-win situation for both organizers, for the community. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to drink water. Everybody needs good water. Everybody needs forests. And that's why water catchment areas have to be protected. And that is, of course, the main core business of the Rhino Charge. Tony Kwalanda, TV 47, at the heart of this riverbed in Wamba, Samburu County.
All right, shukran sana Tony, and from Samburu to here in Nairobi, where we are going to discuss matters to do with Nairobi Baseball Championship preparation. Tomorrow there's a big championship which will be played tomorrow, and I'm not alone. I'm having Thomas Wallace, who is the board chair of the. He's going to give us a brief introduction about himself, and then there's Oscar, who is also a player. Just Wallace, a brief intro about yourself.
Oh, well, thank you for having us. My name is Tom Wallace. I'm with an organization called ifwebuildit.org. But more importantly, we've built a baseball field at GOtv. So that's the build part. We say tunajenga, tunacheza. So when we build it, we play, right? So we've built a baseball field. It's the first one of its kind in the region. It's the first multi-field complex in basically all of Africa, outside of South Africa. And so tomorrow we will have the championship festival for the Nairobi Baseball Community Series, which is an 18 and over league that we run at the field at GOtv in Juja, and it's been going on since January. And we're going to have a big championship game tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock between Oscar's Samurai United, and it was just decided today that the Maasai Warriors from Rangai will be playing against the two-time champions, returning for the third time to the championship tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock.
Starting from 1 o'clock. Oscar, I'm just going to give you a space to give you to introduce yourself briefly.
Yeah, my name is Oscar Gatume, a baseball player from Kenya, and I'm a national baseball athlete. And I also play in this Nairobi Championship, the Samurai United, which we've been playing since 2024. Back-to-back champions 2024, 2025. And right now, 2026 might be ours. You never know.
When we began the show, I described it as one of the big days for the baseball in the country. But why should we call it one of the biggest days?
Well, it's one of the only days, really, for baseball in Kenya, in the sense of teams from around the country playing each other. So there's 10 teams in the league, in the series, all the way from Mombasa up to Nyeri, Thika, Rongai. So 10 teams from across Nairobi and outside, and really playing each other throughout the season and for the championship. There's a national team. The national baseball team doesn't always have chances to play big games. And so this is the regular annual championship of Kenya's baseball teams.
For the season, you've been part of the season. You've already played how many matches so far?
More than 8. I'm not sure. I've lost 10. Yeah, 10. I've lost count.
Season-wise, how's the championship? You as a player, describing it from players' perspective.
Well, honestly, the games have been amazing, but it's competitive. A lot. When the season started, we were at number 7, but when it ended, we became number 3, and then we got to the playoffs, and then we are up to the finals. But it's competitive a lot. The teams are stronger than before.
And Thomas, the theme of this season, the theme of this championship.
Yeah, so we believe that when you build spaces, infrastructure for sports anywhere, but especially in Kenya and in Nairobi, you can really build community. So it's one thing to build great players and individuals, but when people come together to work together to build spaces or to create leagues, you build strong communities. And as a grassroots sport in Kenya with not a lot of attention or funding, the thing that really holds together the sport is the community. So guys like Oscar have been playing their whole life, but up until 5 years ago, there wasn't a dedicated space for baseball. Now there is. We've gone from 6 teams in the series all the way up to 10. So that's for 18 and over. Tomorrow at 10:30, we will have a championship for the under 12, so it's called the Nairobi Little League. We have 7 teams across Ongata Rangai, Kibera, Kibigari. All of those teams are now playing 12 and under. They're growing up. They want to be like Oscar. They're aspiring to be like Oscar. And from that, yes, you get great athletes, but more importantly, you get great community members that are working together, building sports together. And one day, some of these kids from Kibigari, who are playing in the championship tomorrow, will aspire to go to GOtv or Juja to go on to college. And that makes the community stronger and baseball and sports even better.
And I understand there's some structure in terms of developing the baseball game in the country, because you've mentioned something to do with the under 12, under 14.
That's right. So there's different levels globally, right? So you have seniors that are basically 18 and over. Sometimes you have under 23, under 18, under 15, under 12. And so the Baseball Federation of Kenya and the Softball Federation of Kenya, 2 separate federations, they work really closely together. Most of the activity happens at the university level right now. We're trying to help support play all the way down to under 12 and then all the way up through the spectrum. But really, the biggest challenge, like so many sports, is just dedicated space. And GOtv, as a university, had a really good team. They were a feeder to the national team, and they donated the space so that we could build fields. And now it's just spreading like wildfire across the country. Guys are playing baseball and softball, and women are playing baseball and softball all over the country.
Any plans of getting another field from?
There are. There's now that we've done this, Kenya has become sort of an epicenter for baseball across Africa, because there's a lot of guys like Oscar across the continent, and he knows all of them. They all know him through social media. who want to keep growing the game in Uganda, in Ghana, Nigeria, but they're looking to us as much because we have 2 fields now. So we can run 2 games simultaneously and have even more play happening. So it's only in Kenya, and it's just been really incredible. So we get requests from all over the continent for fields, but we're focused on just building in Kenya, and we're going to be, taking our model of building community first, and then fields and play second.
Oscar, your team will be gracing the championship tomorrow.
Yeah.
You looking up to win it?
The championship will be ours. Maybe 3 years in a row. History.
All right, and then when we were starting the show, you were telling me this is the right, this all, just because someone at home doesn't, maybe someone who's at home doesn't know much about baseball, how you guys do the thing, but then we have the gloves.
Yeah.
They are called gloves?
Yeah.
You got it, gloves.
Yeah. gloves, yeah.
All right, just a demo now you prepare before you...
So like, if you're left-handed, you wear a right glove, but if you're right-handed, you wear a left glove. Because when you catch the ball, you have to throw. Like, it's better. Yeah, you understand? Like, you catch the ball and then throw with your right hand, your strongest arm.
What I'd say also is like cricket or rounders are very similar games. A lot of people know rounders from the curriculum in Kenya. So we know a lot of women actually in Kenya have a lot of experience in rounders. Very similar rules, but usually not with a glove. Same thing, cricket, ball is very similar size, weight, but you don't wear gloves, you're catching with your hands. This, you have a glove, then you have a bat, helmets, there's lots of equipment. But the most important thing, like any of these games, you have to have a pitch.
Different sizes, or does it depend on the different size of hands?
Different sizes for different ages, basically, and different size hands, but mainly it usually is a youth glove or a senior glove, like an adult glove.
And Wallace, I understand you are a board chair.
Yeah, so I actually have been here 13 years in Kenya. I played basketball here for some years in the Premier League, and then sort of went back to my original love of baseball when I found out that there's so many young guys playing baseball here without support. So I also play in the league. So I'm also a player.
You're also a player?
Yeah. So I've been playing, and that's the most important thing, when you're growing a game, I think it's important to have the infrastructure or the paper, but talk is cheap when it comes to playing sports. You have to play the game. You have to be out there. You have to know the rules. And so we've really focused on just getting out there and enjoying the game and playing it, because at the end of the day, that's what sports are about, just playing. So all of the big paperwork and the talk of things really won't grow the game unless you actually get out there and get in the dirt and like roll up your sleeves and have fun.
The future of it, the future of the sport.
The future of the sport in Kenya?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask him?
I was about to ask you, but I need to hear it from you first, because you are one of the founders. Let me say one of the founders, or rather, one of the board members.
Yeah.
I want to hear it from you, then I hear it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to point it to Oscar. I mean, so today we had a 4-team playoff. There's a team they're called Muli's home, and it's a group in northern Machakos, all right? They have over 1,000 players in one area in northern Machakos playing every day. They were the #1 team in the country, or in the league this whole season. Basically, only lost to these guys once.
Yeah.
Their average age was 17, 18 years old. All right, they're playing a team of average of like 25 to 30-year-old, mix of Kenyan and Japanese players. These guys only lost today to them because of experience. The next generation of players coming up will have had access to fields. They'll have had access to competition that is structured, so you're going to see it growing very rapidly. A lot of guys are coming very interested. And Kenya, most importantly, has competed not always so well against Uganda. And now that there's a ton of talent in Uganda because they built fields in 2004, guys getting drafted by big teams in Major League Baseball. I think Kenya will continue to grow, and young people are going to be aspiring to be guys like Oscar, to be growing and playing the game across the country.
Now Oscar, from the players' side, the future of it, How long have you been playing baseball?
13 years. This is the 13th year.
Does it pay?
Yeah, yes it does. Yeah, yes it does.
At the end of the day, the motive is
at the end of
me as an athlete I'm getting from showing people my talent.
But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, one thing, and then showcasing your talent, because you never know who is watching. And for the future of the sport, it's going to be big, because ever since we started this field, the Field of Dreams means a lot to me. It's the first field, like a national baseball field, I've gotten a chance to play in. I've gotten to play for Kenya inside that field, in the pitch. And those were World Cup qualifiers. And the future for the young generation, it's actually going to be bigger, because we will be their mentors and we will make Kenya one of the best teams in Africa, maybe number one in Africa.
How many cups so far?
In the league.
Cups for the national teams? For the national, how many call-ups for the national team?
You know, first of all, we are maybe one or two. And it's a bit tricky also to get to the national team.
Okay.
There's always tryouts, and tryouts are intense. You get like over 100 players, and you only needed like 16 players at the end of the day. And it's a bit hectic, and that's where you showcase your skills. That's what matters.
Do you think the process of selecting the national team players is fair when it comes to, because you guys have a league, and many national teams are being selected based on the performance of a player in the league? Do you think it's fair for the trials, just for you as a player?
Yeah, well, I think I know it's fair.
Because I might be on form the whole season, but when it comes to trials, that day I'm off form.
So like even if you play good in the league, it doesn't mean like maybe you'll play well in the national level. So there must be trials still. So if you are in the league, you are one of the best players, you'll still come to try out. It doesn't matter like if you were the best, but you still try out like the rest of the other people, and you select one of the best to represent the country.
Wallace, that's the structure?
Yeah, well, I want to answer two questions. One on does the game pay, right? I just want to say, going to university and college, like I know there's a lot of young people in the country who are graduating and still want to know where their jobs are. I understand that, but sports is a big growth space for the country for sure. So there's jobs all over sports in Kenya. AI will not be replacing players on the field anytime soon. And you know, going to university also pays. You get jobs. Look, I played a lot of sports growing up, but I learned a lot about being on a team and working with team members that have helped me go into the professional space. So that pays off ultimately. You might not be a professional player. On the side of the team structure for national league or for the national team, what I would say is that 5-6 years ago, what was the question on the table at the time was, hey, how do we get the team picked? It was sort of like little pockets of activity around the country. The national, like the federation, knew where those players were, right? Now, with a field, it's all out for everybody to see. Everybody knows now, with 10 teams playing and guys coming in from all over the country to play in this series, everybody knows who the talent is. There's no more of a question of, well, is there talent here? Isn't there? Guys are playing, they're being given the stage, and now the questions will be, okay, are we putting the best players on that stage when it's time for Kenya to perform? One last thing I'll say is there's something called Baseball 5 that has grown very quickly. It's five-a-side. It's just like 5-a-side or 7-a-side for football, smaller space. Kenya just started doing that 3-4 years ago. So did Uganda. The National Baseball Federation and the Softball Federation have worked very well together to make that happen. Kenya is number 10 in the world in Baseball 5. That's men and women on a 5-a-side pitch. They've gone all the way to Mexico City. They've gone around the world. When Kenya has an opportunity to just have a space to play, Kenya can compete. We know that. And that's the whole idea that we're working around.
Now, coming back for the tomorrow's championship, how special is it?
Man, just personally for me, special. We were just talking before we came on where this started almost 9-10 years ago, just playing in a sandlot in Upper Hill. It's just incredible. We have 2 fields going at once. We have 6 teams that'll be playing throughout the day. The vibe is amazing. It's a free entry this year. We're just going to ask for a small donation when you come in. If you don't want to give a donation, that's fine. From 50 shillings to as much as you want to give. There's going to be food, entertainment, music. You can come watch baseball play out. And even more special is Kibigari versus Shangalia in the Little League Championship at 10:30. Kids from the Kibigari Kangemi area playing against each other for the title for the whole country, basically, or for Nairobi. And then what's going to be an incredible matchup is Maasai Warriors, which is a team from Rongai. They have an academy out in Rongai. They are fill a lot of national team players. They're going to be going up against the incumbents, 2-time winners. These guys are like the Chicago Bulls or the Arsenal, like the Arsenal of baseball in Kenya. They are unbeaten, undefeated.
Man City, not
Man City. I can't say Aston Villa yet.
22 years
2026, 2027 will be Aston Villa. Okay. But these guys will be, they are the ones to beat. So it's going to be an incredible day tomorrow, whole day. It's a great way to celebrate Madaraka Day a day before. Come out to Juja, exit 15 in JQuat campus. Free entry, it's going to be an amazing vibe. And you get to see Oscar defend the 2-time champions.
Yeah. Oscar, how special is it for you?
It's really special. It's really special. Like, winning 2 times, it's a lot. But winning 3 times again, it's more than a lot. And it's going to be a big day. A lot of people are watching. So you say, like, when people are watching you, you feel motivated in a way. And when you win, it's like an achievement added to your life. So it's always special to me to do something that I love, and other people see what I love, and I also showcase my skills. That's how special it is, because baseball is my family.
The level of competition, you guys have won it back-to-back twice, and when you dominate a league, someone might start doubting the level of competition. The level of competition.
The level of competition is high. I remember the last year we were with you guys, at least we won that, but this year, there's been a lot of competition. The teams have become more strong, and the young kids from Mole is actually going to be one of the best teams in Kenya, because they're just young kids. Actually, one of the best teams. But we beat them, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. Because at the end of it all, there's only one winner. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, look, man, from my side, watching it, having played baseball, watched a lot of sports in Kenya, these guys are now actually, this season, they won the championship 2 years in a row. They came into the playoffs the number 3 team in the rankings, in the table. They're actually playing the number 2 team in the rankings tomorrow. So they're actually meant to be the underdog. And this team that we're talking about, these young guys from Maasai Warriors, really, really strong. They're young. They're going to recover well from the playing all day today. These guys are a little bit older. So the competition has increased. We've gone from, it's really grown. And the one thing I just want to say around baseball in Kenya and sort of this idea of where sports go, everyone thinks that the dream is to go play outside of Kenya. That you go pro. And yeah, I get it. Like, you want to go bigger. If you're an athlete, you're competitive, you want to go on a bigger stage. But there's not a bigger stage than really anywhere on the continent than tomorrow for baseball. And watching Oscar fulfill his dreams here in Kenya is even more special. His family's gotten to come out and watch him. He's got community members that come out. So we invite the whole community. Baseball or people's dreams in Kenya, they don't have to happen outside of Kenya. There's so many dreams that can happen right here. And with baseball, the dreams for Kenyans are happening in JQuat, at Juja, on fields here. We don't have to look any further. Let's live and have dreams and fields for dreams to come true right here in Kenya.
So for how many academies do we have?
There's at least...
Nairobi only?
Well, I think across the country there's at least 3 or 4 academies. There's 2 in in Nairobi. So Masai have one. There's various pockets of academies. These guys, Mulis in Northern Machakos, have an academy. There's an academy, like a very active group in Kakamega. The Kongoni Network has an incredible field out in Kongoni. So, and then Mombasa has a team. I think for academies to grow, you know, it's about having the leagues and the competition to happen. You can train all day, but if you don't have games to play in, it doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, you get good at skills, but it's a skill to be able to compete in a game. You might practice all day shooting on a football goal, but until there's fans screaming Kasarani, you don't know pressure. So games are where real players are made, and fields are the places where games happen.
Okay, a big one coming up tomorrow, the Nairobi Baseball Championship at the JKUAT. Jomo Kenyatta?
Jomo Kenyatta, University of Agriculture and Technology.
Yeah, at the JKUAT in Juja. Oscar, your team has to win. They must.
Yes, we have to win.
Which team are you rooting for?
Have to win.
Look, man, I'm rooting for baseball tomorrow. I mean, look, I'm excited. Last year, we played these guys, and they beat us on a big play home run, and it was just an amazing thing to be part of. Baseball is an unwritten...
I attended the last year's championship.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were there.
I attended that.
And you saw it, the vibe, right? So I think the thing is that it's an unwritten script. It plays out every game. You don't know which way it's going to go. These guys are the reigning champions, but they're also the underdogs. Which way it's going to go? You only know until you come.
Oscar, I know tomorrow people might want to know, or rather might be waiting just to watch you tomorrow. Because of the time, your final remarks. Tell us why we should come watch you guys. Tell us why we should come and attend a baseball match in Kenya, a baseball championship in Kenya.
You should come experience the baseball vibe in Kenya. There'll be Ford, there'll be me, or there'll be other teams. But once come and see baseball. There are a lot of people in Kenya that have never watched a baseball game face to face. They only see it in movies. So this is your chance. Come to Juja tomorrow for an experience you'll never miss. Because we always say, if we build it, we will play. And if we build it, they will come. So let's come all.
You've already built it.
Yeah.
So let them come.
Yeah.
Thomas, tomorrow, just convince the fans to come. Convince everyone, every Kenyan. Just to tell them what should we expect.
Look, man, Kenyan exceptionalism is one of the greatest things to watch unfold. I mean, we've seen it with football, right? We've seen it in the last couple years on so many levels. I think watching something like history unfold in front of you with baseball is happening right now. We're going to be talking in 10, 15 years about these moments now, about guys like Oscar who laid the groundwork for the future players. This is the moment where someone can say, I was there when baseball became bigger than we ever imagined. And it's just, there's magic. We like to say there's a little bit more magic in baseball than many other sports. I love basketball, but the magic of baseball is something, you're outside, you get a nice view, you can eat some choma, you get a nice smoky, we've got great food, you get to sit back and just enjoy the vibe outside and have a great day. I think there's no better way to celebrate Madaraka Day and the idea of Kenyan exceptionalism than through the incredible athletes and young people that are the future of sports in this country.
Even the atmosphere is good for the family day.
Atmosphere is great for the family. It's a family sport, family vibe. We'll have a kids area. We're going to have guys can come learn how to play. There'll be lots of players around. So yeah, it's an incredible day for the family, incredible day for an individual or friends, and just come out and enjoy the vibe under the sun.
All right, thank you so much, guys, for just sharing what we are expecting tomorrow and to come to baseball in the country. Nairobi Baseball Championship, a big one at JKUAT tomorrow, starting from?
Starts from 9 a.m.
From 9
a.m. till 5 p.m.
Till 5 p.m. Also, bring your family, bring your fans, or rather, if you're a big fan of sports, then that's the place to be. Understand tomorrow there's also a big match tomorrow, Gor Mahia being crowned as champions, but itakuwa later on in the evening. So first pitia JKUAT on a baseball. Thank you Oscar, thank you Thomas, just for coming for the sports extravaganza. But before we wrap up the sports extravaganza, you know what, we're having 10 minutes to go for the UEFA Champions League final. Arsenal playing against PSG, and I understand the lineup already ilikuwa ishatoka. I told you guys Luis Enrique has opted for a 4-3-3 formation, and you can see there. Speaking of the 4-4-3 formation, the likes of Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Mendes will be in the back line. Ruiz, one of the best midfielders in the world, Vitinha and Neves will be playing in the midfield. Joe Dembele and Kvaratskhelia will be on the striking force for the League One champions. On the Arsenal side, in Kapi, Gabriel Saliba, Mosquera will be in the defense, and Lewis Kelly, Declan Rice and Odegaard will be in the midfield. On the striking force, Trossard, Havertz, Saka on the strike will be the striking force, with the likes of Arrizabalaga is the second goalkeeper, Carafiori, Dorman, Eze, Gabriel Jesus, Keres Madueke. They are on the touchline, or rather they be on the they are the substitute, with PSG opting not to start the likes of Bacola, Beraldo, Chavalia, Hernandez, Lee Kang-in, Mayulu, Baye, Ramos and Ziere Emni. Anyway, who do you think will win? We had that question of the day. We had that first question of the day, and it will be so unfair if nitaondoka kama sijasoma message mbili tatu hivi. I can see TV47 PSG must win. Kumbuka mpira udunda na utadundia kwetu PSG. Amos from Kamori kutoka maeneo ya Mukuru anakuwa jenga, anasema wishing Arsenal all the way and success. Please let me thank you. Mbili tatu hivi nikiondoka. I can see Marco Swesa nikiwa Nairobi, Mihango Embakasi. Arsenal must win 1-0. Okay. Hiyo ni question. Joseph Matoke anasema PSG 3-1. Alafu hapa ameniambia thank you for sharing that baseball championship to Patani JKUAT. Guys who are watching, and then they're saying thank you guys for just sharing that championship update, and thank you so much just for keeping an eye on what is happening at TV47. We have told you what is happening in the world of sports for 3 hours. We've talked about PSG, we've talked about Gor Mahia. We had a conversation with the national football team, national football dev team, coach Hassan Hussein. Ametuambia what we should expect. And then for me, I'm done. And I'm done, Kanmutua. Have yourself a good day, but a good night, but keep the conversation going on our social media platform. TV47 Facebook, Eco Live Vale. TV47 Kenya on Instagram, TV47 Kenya on YouTube, and my social media platform at Duncan Mutua Askofu. The live, or rather the match will be live on TV, on Radio 47. Live commentary with the likes of Fred Arocho, Alias Koleni and Lucky Eriano. Watakuwa nakutangazia hiyo game live on Radio 47. Have yourself a great weekend and a great night. Mimi nimeenda, and thank you.